No mercy, no fear, no respect 3. Monday, November 7 at Vodafone Arena, it's finally on. Murat rematches Iron Mike Zambidis. He is the only man to ever damage him. Now, can Murat knock Zambidis out? Or will the Greek sensation punish the Super Turk? Monday, November 7 at the Vodafone Arena, no respect 3. Tickets through Ticketek on 132849. Another quality Solak production.
Can we move up a bit? That chair's not used anyway, is it?
It's Tarak's chair.
Why, he's sitting there?
Yeah, there.
Alright. Is there any room? Is there any room left? Or you...
There's a leg right there.
Perfect. Alright. Just move this one over. Murat. Just, yeah, so it's facing us.
TV is now on air. To subscribe for 1300 400 or visit viewinghour.tv.com.
Tell us why you're angry.
I'm a mechanic at a big auto dealer. Now, people don't have to come back to us to keep their new car warranty, but most think they do, and that works for us.
Okay.
So now UltraTune is telling everyone that they can give them a handbook service for less, and without affecting their new car warranty. Honestly, I'd even take my own car to UltraTune if I weren't so worried.
About losing your new car warranty?
Nah, mate. Losing my job if the dealership finds out.
The worst thing you can do about it is do nothing. So if you're suffering from hair loss, call Ultra Hair. Right now, I'm having laser treatment for my scalp. I'm growing my own hair back. This is me 6 months ago. One lunch break, I went to Ultra Hair for a consultation, had my scalp checked, and walked out with my solution. And the best part is, no one knows. So call Ultra Hair. I did. Problem solved.
You've got nothing to lose, except your hair.
The song's about to end. We're gonna need another one. What the hell is Barry doing?
Barry! Barry! Barry, what the hell are you doing?
At Triple M, Barry chooses the music, so you never know what will play next.
Hey, have you got a contact number for Nandex, Stanley Nandex? Can you get one? So, I might be able to get him into the Olympics, mate.
For what?
Taekwondo.
Yeah. PNG.
Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Vodafone Arena. Solek tonight proudly presents No Respect 3. My name is Perry Cale, and I'll be your master of ceremonies for this evening. And now, introducing my co-host, the very vivacious, the very beautiful, and Channel 7 presenter. Put your hands together for Miss Nikki Whelan.
Wow, what an introduction. Thank you very much, Perry. I must say we have a lot of very well-known faces in the audience tonight who I'd like to welcome, including the City of Melbourne's Mayor, Mr. John So. We also have the Martial Arts Board here. Our major sponsors this evening for our main fight being Cola Turka and Crazy John, of course. And a big thank you to all of you, our fans, who sponsor and come to the fight every year. So welcome to all of you.
Thank you, Nikki. Now, just a very quick reticent of the A1 rules for this evening. Short, sharp and sweet. A1 rules for this evening are flying knees are allowed unless it's a modified rules fight. Nikki.
That's right, Perry. Tonight we have an international fight card which will be wound up at the end of the night by two spectacular fighters.
Okay, Nikki, without any further ado, are you ready to meet the fighters? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the 16 fighters tonight. Championship of the World! Firstly, our champion, representing Greece, all the way, Iron Mike Zambidis! Australian people, the strongest sports capital of Australia, Melbourne supporters back at the Vodafone Arena. Welcome to No Respect 3.
Six continents, 10 cities, 64 fighters, 14 years in the making, one winner, $1 million. In 2006, Solak Productions launches the world's first ever $1 million kickboxing circuit with the staging of the super middleweight A1 World Combat Cup. The A1 World Combat Cup is the brainchild of super promoter Tarik Solak. Since 1993, Solak has promoted over 120 shows. Solak's super promotions across the world have thrilled capacity audiences who flock to see the big names and Solak's trademark light and sound spectaculars. Names in the fight world have fought under Solak's promotional banner, including Ernesto Hus, Mirko Krokop, Mark Hunt, Stan the Man Longanides, Sam Greco, Gurkhan Ozkan, Mike Zambidis, Serkan Yilmaz, Sak Mongol, Paul Briggs, Prince Amir, The Headhunter, Kadir Maroof, and hundreds more. In 2006, Solak Productions will offer the world's first ever $1 million kickboxing prize pool with the staging of the A1 World Combat Cup Global Elimination Circuits. 64 of the world's elite super middleweight fighters from all fight styles, including kickboxing, boxing, karate, wrestling, freestyle, kung fu and more, will do battle under A1 stand-up rules until there is one winner. 8 regional elimination knockout tournaments in cities across the world will feature 8 fighters each, with the 16 winners and runners-up moving through to the semi-final round. This semi-final round sees the remaining 16 fighters square off in single-match fights to determine the last 8 in the world. The final 8 men will compete in a knockout tournament until there is one winner, who will be crowned the A1 World Combat Cup champion and claim the biggest prize purse in kickboxing history. With the continuing support of major corporate sponsors, the A1 World Combat Cup will be broadcast to over 100 countries as a global television audience tunes into every awesome kick and bone-crunching punch of the World Fight Spectacular. A1 World Combat Cup is the richest kickboxing circuit on the planet.
Tarik, this year you've had a huge success taking your shows all around the world. What can we see from you in 2006?
Well, actually, this year we just went half around the world. Next year we're thinking of going all around the world, Nicky. And we've had a very successful show in France in April. We had 2 great shows in Istanbul, and that was live on commercial television, where there's 80 million population. We had 7 out of 10 people watching TV on both our shows, was watching our program. We had the #1 program out of 100 shows, and it was excellent because our sponsors were very happy. We became instant stars. Gürkan Özkan is so popular in Turkey at the moment because he was the main header there. He's actually bigger than Shane Warne is in Australia. That's actually Dr. Peter Lewis's and Dave Hitchcock's words because they were both there to witness that from Australia. And next year, we've got, as you've seen on the screen, 10 cities, that means 10 different countries, 8 eliminations, 1 semi-final, and the big finale in Dubai. 1 fighter will take $1 million home.
So it is about the $1 million tournament. Tell us a little bit more about that.
The $1 million tournament, of course, would not start before we sign proper contracts with TV stations. We're trying to go over 120 countries in the world, hoping for 150 countries. Once we get that contract, which we are right now speaking to Fox International in England, we are speaking to Dubai Sports, which has already done an agreement with us verbally. I'm going to Dubai next year to sign my contracts. We've got commercial Greek televisions, commercials Turkish televisions. We've got Eurosport, 43 countries. So hopefully the whole world will watch any one of our shows, whether it's in Melbourne, New York, Istanbul, Tokyo, doesn't matter where we are, the shows will be watched all across the world.
Now just tell us a little bit about Gürkan was on No Respect 1, No Respect 2. People would love to know where Gürkan Özkan is.
Gürkan Özkan is fighting in 4 weeks on December 3 on my next show in Duisburg in Germany. I've got a show coming up in Germany in 4 weeks, and he'll be the main star there. We've got 6 million official and unofficial Turks living in Germany, and they can't wait to see Gürkan after doing so well in Turkey. He has won 4 great fights this year, and 1 in France, 2 in Turkey, and 1 in Australia. So I thought I'd pull him off tonight, give him a bit of a rest time. He will be the main star in Germany.
Now, Tarek, very quickly, let's talk about the two main events tonight. The first one is a semi-main event. What can we expect to see between Godzilla, Chrisopoulides, and someone coming out of retirement, Maurice Smith?
As Graham Burke will always say, never take your eyes off the heavyweights. 1 kick or 1 punch can stop the fight at any time. So I think it's always interesting having a heavyweight fight, especially if you've got a great name like Maurice Smith, especially an American, where a lot of people fancy America and a lot of things. So I'm pretty sure they're the best boxers in the world, but in kickboxing we give them competition, and that's what Chris is out here to do tonight. Let Maurice know that he's going to be competition for him and hopefully take the glory off him.
What about your thoughts on our main event tonight?
Well, the main event speaks for itself. There's a lot of people thinking that one side's going to win, then there's some people thinking the other side's going to win. Zambidis, being who he is, he's the greatest super welterweight in the world by far. He can beat anybody at any time. But this young Turkish kid from Germany, he came out of nowhere 4 or 5 months ago and was the only person to ever damage Zambidis physically, even though he lost on a very narrow decision in Athens on a short notice. He's had plenty of preparation, so he's got no reason to find any excuses today. He's got his rematch. Good luck to both fighters.
Final question before we let you go to start the show. People at the press conference on Wednesday, just to explain the origins of No Respect and how it started. The little guy taking on the big guy.
Well, I'm sure most of you know out here, No Respect is a fighter not respecting another fighter. Gürkan Özkan, super middleweight, challenged heavyweight Stan Longidines, and he ended up beating Stan. And Stan, in his prime, I'm pretty sure everybody remembers, he was the athlete to put kickboxing on the map in Australia. However, Gürkan became the new hero. Gürkan held the title for a while, then little Mike Zambidis from super welterweight came up to super middleweight and beat Gürkan Özkan. Now we got Murat, a super lightweight challenging a super welterweight. So this is No Respect 3. We will continue, and I promise you, we'll come back with No Respect 4 next year, even stronger.
Well, there's the words from the man himself. Thank you very much, Tarek Solak.
Thank you.
Good luck this evening.
Enjoy the show.
Shortly to Fight One.
Thank you, folks. Back soon. Welcome back, folks, to bout number 1 of the evening between NickThemelakis and Ilhami Ozden.
This bout is proudly brought to you by Yildiz Pen and Villa Romana.
I got him, but it's only very faint.
Yeah.
It's only faint. He's not. I can't. I got no volume.
And here he comes all the way from Germany, originally from Turkey, the 9-time world champion, Ilhami Ozden. A man we've seen twice already this year in Sydney and in Melbourne. Had a good victory at the Melbourne Town Hall last time out. And Ilhami Ozden set to take on KO NickThemelakis in fight number 1 of No Respect 3. And let's go across to our ring announcers, the Bugle, Perry Cale, and the lovely Nikki Whelan.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to bout number 1 of No Respect 3. This bout is 5 2 minute rounds, 67.5 kilogram weight division, A1 rules. Our referee for this bout is Mr. Bryce Birdwhistle. Firstly, to my left in the blue corner, trained by John Cheetah from Team Ultimate in Sunshine. He's the current East Coast and Australian welterweight champion, hailing from Greece and now residing in Melbourne. Last night at the weigh-in, he weighed in at 66.9 kilograms. Wearing all black shorts, fight record, 12 fights, 11 wins, 1 draw, 7 by way of knockout. Please welcome the knockout, NickThemelakis. And to my right in the red corner, trained by Team Solak, he is a 9-time world champion. Last night he weighed in at 67.2 kilograms. He has an ominous fight record, ladies and gentlemen. 251 fights, 241 victories, 90 by way of knockout. Tonight, wearing black shorts with a red trim and representing Turkey, this is Ilhami Ozden.
Okay, Ilhami Ozden set to take on KO NickThemelakis, first fight of the night here. We are set for 5 2. This one under A1 rules. Knees are included.
Well, it's knees with no clinching, however, Michael, the A1 rules. Jumping knees. And very spectacular they are.
And our third man in centering at the sound of the bell, your former trainer hammer, Bryce Birdwhistle, to get us underway. And folks, what a fantastic card we do have here tonight. Main event, Mike Zambidis versus Karen Murat. Chrisopoulides versus Mo Smith, the return of a legend in our semi-main event. And an in-form Baris Nezif taking on Steve Dale from New Zealand. Also look out for the unleashing of the next big thing in kickboxing, Jason Tramsek, the 18-year-old from Melbourne's western suburbs, from the same gym and his sparring partner of KO NickThemelakis. Final instructions here from Bryce Birdwhistle.
Okay, gentlemen, I've spoken to you both. Do you have any questions? Listen to my commands. No questions from red corner, blue corner. All right. Knees, no grappling. Do you understand that? Protect yourselves at all times. Defend yourselves at all times. Good luck.
Okay, final instructions from Bryce, and we are ready 5 by 2. The voice, Michael Chavello, Mark the Hammer Castanini, and we are set for a huge night. And we are joined ringside by a special guest for this one, none other than 8-time world champion Stan the Man Longanides. Great to have you here tonight, Stan.
It's always a pleasure to be here ringside and helping out with you blokes.
And Ilhami Ozden, a very unorthodox, very awkward fighter in the red and black trunks. Themlakis in the Zambidis style short black trunks with the Greek flag on the outer left thigh. Jab 2, leg kick from Themlakis, poking jab there from Ilhami Ozden. And he'll use those awkward side kicks, the low kicks, the spinning kicks. He's a cagey veteran, as stealthy as they come, Hammer.
He is. We've seen Ilhami Ozden a couple of times before, and as he executes one of his trademark spinning, jumping round kicks, he is a very cagey fighter, 40 years of age, and I tell you what, he does it well and really takes his opponents to the limit. And Themlakis is going to have to be right on his game, Stan, to cut off Ozden and make him box on. I think at kicking range, Ozden is certainly going to have a good advantage.
You can definitely see the experience there. You can tell him by his style. He's very relaxed, he's very composed, he's evasive, he moves well for an older guy, and that's something that we'll talk about a bit later on about Maurice Smith tonight. That's one of the areas I'm concerned about, you know? Because we know that Chrisopoulides is going to come at you like a bull, so the question is Maurice the matador, you know?
I'll tell you what, I ventured to Sydney for your battle with Maurice and slept on the floor of a bus to get there. I can tell you.
That was worth it.
It certainly was.
Stan, when you fought Maurice, I was still in high school.
Oh, there's the jumping knee from
Themlakis.
Nice.
Outside thigh kick from KO Nick. Coming off a loss in Sydney to Tim Drury last time out, Nick Themlakis. So looking to get back into the winner's circle here tonight in front of his home fans. Huge support as always from our large Turkish contingent for Ilhami Ozden. Gut-munching knee there from Ozden. They tango. Over into the red corner. Short-range knee, corking to the right thigh from Nick Themelakis. And this is a good start here, Stan.
And a very good high standard. Let me tell you, both guys are mixing it up, being very creative. I'm talking about from low kicks, high kicks, using the knees and the good handwork as well.
Well, I've got to admit, Hammer, Ozden, not as slippery as I thought he would be, but standing toe-to-toe rather with Themelakis.
Well, he's actually adapted and changed his style, and something interesting I saw from Ozden was that knee strike. He actually equipped himself quite well and threw a nice knee on the inside there against Themelakis. I think Themelakis' game plan, Stan, is going to be attack the lead leg.
Well, he's going to have some sort of game plan, and I agree with you. I mean, if you can take the front leg, you can definitely make him lose his coordination, lose some balance, because he plays a big role on that, you know, using his balance and moving around and being invasive.
Sure.
So it's very important to unsettle his balance.
I think exactly the game plan. You're going to see Themelakis, there's the spinning back kick from Ozden, just caught Themelakis in the guts, and Ozden just went after, Themelakis went after the thigh of Ozden, but Ozden on the attack, and a very cagey fighter. You can see him just trying to execute the side kick to keep Themelakis away from him, and as you said, mark of experience, very calm and cool and composed fighter, Ozden.
Okay, we are ready to roll. Second round of 5. Ilhami Ozden and KO Nick Themelakis. And talking to Nick in the back rooms, he was expecting... comes out the jumping knee, getting airborne, Zambidis style. He was expecting Ozden to be very snaky in the opening of the fight, but I think Ozden has sort of upset the game plan of Themelakis by standing toe-to-toe with KO Nick.
Well, this is a 5-rounder, so they've got another 4 rounds to go. Stan, is that your Crazy John mobile ringing there?
Turn off your Crazy John mobile, Stan, while we're commentating. Have we taught you nothing, Stan? Have we taught you nothing?
Crazy Stan with his Crazy John phone.
Good high knee in the corner there from Ozden. And you can just see Bryce Birtwistle warning him not to hold and knee. This is not modified Thai. This is A1 rules and no clinching allowed, but the knees can be thrown. All tied up like a pretzel over in the blue corner. Short corking knee to the outside left thigh from Ilhami Ozden. And this is good work from Ozden. Spinning back fist there from Themelakis. Knee almost down to the John Smalls. And they mix it up right in front of our commentary position now. Body shot from Themelakis. He hasn't found that power shot off the right hand that he's so renowned for, Hammer.
I'll tell you a tactic that Themelakis could apply is actually start to knee the thigh of Ozden. But Ozden is actually changed his game. Oh, there's the axe kick. Nice axe kick from Ozden.
Well, the aim of the axe kick to bring down the heel on the collarbone and snap the collarbone of the opponent. That's exactly what Ozden was trying for then against Themelakis. Good outside thigh kick from
There's a thigh kick
Themlakis,
again.
trying to buckle that lead leg. Jab 2, right hook from Ozden. Themlakis turns him around, corking knee to the left thigh, and that reddened left thigh, the lead leg of Ilhami Ozden, may be the target area here for Themlakis. Another warning for holding on Ilhami Ozden. Outside thigh kick attempt again there from NickThemelakis.
Step knee, Themlakis, nicely executed, but Ozden, he's just come straight back and they're attacking, always on the attack. The Turkish fighter not taking a backward step. With Jamal Hassan in his corner, I don't think any fighter that Jamal corners takes a backward step. They just all go all the way.
End of the second round of 5. Stan, how did you see that one?
I think actually it was a pretty close round.
No, you were too busy answering your crazy John phone.
No, that's my father outside waiting for his tickets.
It was a close round, however, Stan. But Ozden slightly changed his game plan. There's a beautiful axe kick executed by Ilhami Ozden, and that is something that you don't always see in the kickboxing rules. Ozden executing the axe kick. Well, Stan, back to the game. What is the tactic that Ozden will have to employ to negate the leg attacks of course, of Themlakis? Obviously leg checking, but obviously moving out of range, I'd say.
You know, I'm really starting to feel the trend of this fight. I think Mihalakis is going to actually develop more as the fight goes on, because I feel he's got his number at the moment. I really feel that. I mean, I see a lot of experience there, and that's what is getting him behind it all right now.
Okay, here we go. Third round of 5. The voice, Michael Chavello, Mark the Hammer Castanini, and we're joined by 8-time world champion Stan the Man Longanidis from the Vodafone Arena in Melbourne. Side kicks here from the Snaky, the Cagey, Ilhami Ozden. Short right hand side of the head. Bit of a headache maker there on Themlakis. And Bryce Burwhistle just breaking both men. Will Themlakis attack? And yes, he does. That battered lead thigh of Ilhami Ozden. And he's landing it almost at will here, Stan.
Again.
He's going to throw caution to the wind, Themlakis, and just keep going after that lead thigh of Ozden. Ozden needs to just do the switchback and remove the target, Stan. The thigh is obviously the target.
Well, it's a winner right now.
Don't let it be
a winner, you've got to continue on with it, you know.
Ozden needs to get that lead thigh out of range.
Nice, he's mixing it up well.
Tagging right hand from Themlakis. Jumping knee from Ozden was well done. Getting airborne, the 9-time world champion and idol of Turkish kickboxing, 41-year-old Ilhami Ozden. Uppercut there from Themlakis. Outside thigh kick again.
Work by both
mouth guard's been dislodged and Bryce has seen it. They'll reinsert that one. And this fight brought to you by UBI World TV in Villa Romana on Lygon Street. Had a great dinner with Tarek Solak and Maurice there last week. Beautiful restaurant, Villa Romana on Lygon Street, and UBI World TV, our sponsors of this first fight of the night. Gut-munching knee, trying to put the belly button through the back there, Themlakis. Wild uppercut from Ozden, and again, Themlakis chopping down on that lead thigh.
You've got to score those thigh kicks as well, Michael and Stan. You've got to be scoring them and looking for the work rate of Themlakis with the legs, but Ozden is...
the spinning back fist may have caught him side of the neck. Nicely done from Ozden, and just throws Themlakis to the canvas. So just when you might have written off the veteran of Ilhami Ozden, he throws one of those awkward techniques that Themlakis just didn't see coming.
Well, you don't write off Ozden. We've noticed that in the previous fights that we've called. He is capable of pulling something out of the bag at any time like that.
Jump turning back kick, nicely done to the midsection. He's got more kick than a can-can dancer here, Ilhami Ozden, and that's the end of the round. End of the third. A better one there, Stan, for Ilhami Ozden.
A better one, but it's going to be interesting to see how the judges see it, because both guys' work rate was quite good, actually. Both guys are busy, creative, so it's going to be a hard one for the judges to pull.
Well, the judges for this bout, of course, are Mark Corrie, Dave Hedgecock, and Malcolm Bulmer. And more experienced judges you'd have to go a long way to find, especially with Dave Hedgecock heading up the crew there.
Uppercut hook round, you're looking sharp. Feeling good? Got to get stronger. Try a bullet right on him. Lift your leg up high, quick.
There we see again Themlakis attacking the lead thigh of Ozden, and obviously there's a spinning back fist from Ozden, and he'll work those awkward techniques at no range at all. And you see him just keeping the pressure on Themlakis the whole time. But Themlakis attacking and attacking that lead thigh. There's a spinning back kick, the turning back kick into the guts of Themlakis that will take the wind out of him. And that's great work from the veteran Ilhami Ozden.
Okay, we are ready to rock and roll. 4th round of 5. Final instructions in the blue corner from older brother Evan Themlakis, Johnny Sheeder, Josh Sheeder and all the crew from Team Ultimate in Sunshine. Around 4 of 5, the penultimate round of action, and Ozden spinning heel kick. Step up side kick. The cagey veteran now turning it on for a great crowd that continue to file in here at the Vodafone Arena. We're looking at around 5,000 at the moment as they continue to pour in, and it pours rain outside in downtown Melbourne tonight. Good outside thigh kick again from Themlakis. Body shot from Themlakis right in front of our commentary position, a gut-munching knee.
Well, this is a position that Themlakis doesn't want to be. Doesn't want to be on the ropes or in the corner stand, because that is where Ozden's going to execute the turning kick. Once you've nailed your opponent against the ropes, that's perfect timing to execute a turning kick, because they can't move backwards out of the range of it, of course.
Yes, I agree. Themlakis, though, he's got a good eye, and you know, the Turkish fighter's a little telegraphic when he's executing that spinning kick.
Big outside thigh kick again from Themlakis. That outside thigh of Ozden has taken more blows than a box of Kleenex for 4 rounds so far.
What, you were going to say something else there?
No, Hammer. We've got a PG rating tonight. Going to keep it clean for the kids.
Keep it clean.
Ooh, nice uppercut.
Ozden
walked into it. Beautifully done. A real jaw rattler. Spinning back fist. Ozden will be doing a quick count of his teeth. And Ilhami Ozden needs to get on his bike and start working in this round.
What a great standard for our first opening bout.
Oh, fantastic.
I tell you what, I see those jumping knees. I'd like to see him double chamber stand, because they're going to generate more power. Rather than just jumping with the leg in the air, you need to do the switch chamber on the jumping knee so it generates the momentum up high.
Definitely.
Nice high knee from Ozden. Themlakis has to get out of the corner. Ozden just smothering him. And Brycey just giving a bit of a warning to keep the knees north of the border there, not hit the groin region. On Ilhami Ozden, good check there from Ozden, one of the first checks of the fight. And he needs to do a lot more of it. He's going to be a very sore man walking around tomorrow.
Hold him, both of you. All right, don't do it. All right, fight.
The warning for the hold there. Balk right hand, the Johnny Sheeder specialty hammer.
Yeah, Johnny called for it earlier, and of course, Nick, getting confused with his brother now. Nick did try for it straight off the bell, but Ozden saw it coming, moved out of the range. So still good, I suppose, discipline from NickThemelakis to execute exactly what his trainer's calling in the corner. And there we see Ilhami Ozden in the corner, Jamal Hassan looking after him. And I have no idea what they're saying, so I'd say the strategy for Ozden will be to continue keeping the pressure on and land the big overhand punches when Themlakis is obviously in range, like that one, and of course the short hook after it. But Ozden, pressure all the way. The attempted spinning back fist from Themlakis not working for him, not happening. Beautiful uppercut from Themlakis, the clean shot and beautifully executed at range. And it's just pressure all the way from NickThemelakis, and doing his corner proud.
Okay, final instructions there from Johnny Sheeder and Team Ultimate in the corner of NickThemelakis. Blitz Hall of Famer Jamal Hassan in the corner of Ilhami Ozden. And Bryce Birtwistle about to get underway. 5th round of the first fight of No Respect 3. Brought to you by the super promoter, Tarek Solak. And here we go, 5th and final. And you've got to love the addition of the golden gloves here tonight, Hammer.
Golden gloves.
Very sparkling in the golden gloves. Ooh, nice solid right hand from Ozden on the back foot. And
beautiful right hand.
Themlakis has to keep those gloves up. High knee from Ozden. Wild left hand from Ozden.
Well, Themlakis needs to give himself room to work and not crowd himself.
Well,
Ozden, the pressure is on him definitely, but he's equipping himself well, the 40-year-old fighter.
I'll tell you what, Hammer, early rounds going the way of Themlakis, but this isn't going to be an easy one for the judges to score if Ilhami Ozden keeps up this pace. A little bit of a cut on the bridge of the nose of Ozden, but
just
nothing to bother him.
Nothing at all.
As you say, Hammer, he's had worse cuts in shaving, Ilhami Ozden. Thought about the turning back fist there. Jumping knee from Ozden, nicely done. Trying to put the chin through the top of the head. Short right hand from Themelakis, uppercut. This is a good final round stand for Ilhami Ozden.
Absolutely. I was about to say it's a great way to start the last round because I think he really needs a big round here.
And he's certainly doing it now. There's the turning back kick. He's got Themelakis on the ropes and he executed it nicely.
Spinning back fist, well done. So the spinning technique's working a treat here for Ilhami Ozden. And doesn't he move well for a 41-year-old?
No doubt about that.
It's just as he aged, we were commentating. He's 40 years old by the program, but anyway,
outside
doesn't matter what his age is. Ozden is certainly always comes to fight, and he's doing a cracker of a job. And this is going to be a tight one, Stan.
No, I think it's going to be a very close call here. So I think, I'd like to see Nick dig in a little bit here because, when you're fighting on a Turkish show and you get a Turkish fight and if it's a close fight, you want to dig in deep, That's what I'll be saying to my boy. That's what I'd be saying to my boy if I was in that corner.
Well, the Turk-Greek rivalry kicking off in style.
Oh, nice right hand.
Snapping right hand from Themelakis, almost rocking the head back over the ropes of Ozden. Outside thigh kick from KO Nick. This is good work now from Themelakis after Ozden controlled the start of the bout.
Oh, it was a nice shot there.
And he's been cut over the left eyebrow. End of the fifth and final. We are going to go to the judges' scorecard. Stan the man, a prediction from you?
Oh, I think it's going to be a close call. I think Nick may have done enough to really get over the line, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see a draw.
Hammer.
The comments of Stan the man are purely representative of his own thoughts. I'll have to almost agree with Stan. Themelakis started with a very heavy work rate, but Ozden certainly pegged him back in the fourth and fifth round. It's a flip of a coin, this one. It could go either way. It really does depend on what angle the judges were sitting as to what they've seen, Stan.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Both guys were busy, so some of the rounds we may have thought it could have been a draw, they might have tipped in on the other side. So
well, here we see the jumping knee from Ozden, and he certainly came equipped well in the fifth round, launched some good knee strikes, kept the hands busy the whole time. There's the spinning sweep, sort of inside thigh kick, and just tipped Themelakis off balance. This is going to be oh so close.
That's what we were looking for.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate your patience. We will have the result very soon.
Here we go, Bryce Burt whistle with both men.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Perry Kale.
go to the decision. Please put your hands together once again for a fantastic bout.
No doubt, a very close one.
We've got George from Villaromano and we've got the beautiful Nikki Willen. Ladies and gentlemen, the decision by the judges, a draw!
And there you have it, a drawn decision, so the judges couldn't separate both men. And Stan, stick around with us because next up, Christian Stack versus Murat Mehmet.
Thank you very much, George from Villaromano. He was ready to put out a trophy. Oh, he can't take it home, George. We'll go shortly to bout number 2. That's home. Welcome back, folks. Bout number 2 of the evening is the Roman gladiator Christian Stack versus the next big thing, Murat Mehmet.
This fight is proudly brought to you by Ayhan Caesar and New Door.
Grab that for a second. No, the paper. Yeah. It's Bryce. That's cool. Thank you.
And making his way to centering the Roman gladiator representing the Italian Paisanis here tonight, Hammer. Christian Stack from Team Ultimate.
Okay.
They don't let me out. They don't call my name. They don't read the voice after.
And it's great to see him back in centering here tonight. The young man they call the Rocky Marciano of kickboxing, trained out of Team Solak in Faulkner. Jamal Hassan working the corner here tonight. Murat Mehmet. And to the strains of 50 Cent, Hammer. Murat Mehmet. Love a bit of 50 Cent. Who actually played at this very arena, Vodafone Arena last year, I believe. 50 Cent.
Welcome back, folks, to bout number 2 of the evening. 5 by 2 minute rounds, 71 kilogram weight division. A1 rules, no knees. Our referee in charge for this bout is Mr. Bryce Birtwhistle. Firstly, to my left in the blue corner, trained by John Sheeter from Team Ultimate. Last night at the weigh-in, he weighed in at 71 kilos on the dot. He is the current East Coast champion, formerly from Italy and now residing in Melbourne. Wearing all black shorts, 17 fights, 12 wins, 4 by way of knockout. Please welcome the Roman gladiator, Christian trained by Team Solak. Last night he weighed in at 69.9 kilograms. Tonight he's wearing silver shorts with black trim. He has a fight record of 13 fights, 9 wins, 2 draws and 2 by way of knockout. Formerly from Cyprus, now residing in Melbourne. Please welcome the next big thing, Murat Mehmet.
Okay, great ovation as always for young Murat Mehmet. And this one should be a corker. We are set for 5 by 2. A1 rules, no knees this contest. And third man in centering. Let's listen in. Final instructions from Bryce Birtwistle.
I've spoken to you both. You're both aware of the rules. You have no questions. Right, listen to my commands at all times and protect yourselves at all times. You understand? Good luck to you.
It is the Cypriot Turk, Murat Mehmet, versus Western Suburbs via Italy, Christian Stack. No Respect 3, Solak Promotions out of the Vodafone Arena. The voice, Michael Chavello, Mark the Hammer Castanini, and again we're joined by Stan the Man Longanides. Here we go, round 1. Look out for the big hands, the meat hooks on Murat Mehmet in the silver, and the slinging rear leg of the all-black trunks of Christian Stacky Stack. Jab outside thigh kick from Stack. Already Murat in centering, Stack working the perimeters, sticks out the front kick off the lead leg. Goes for the inside thigh kick, didn't find the target. Murat's got to contend with those long limbs here tonight, Stan, of Christian Stack. You got to turn your microphone on, Stan, that's the way.
That's the way, fellas, come on. I've been talking for the last 10 minutes to myself. It's going to be interesting to see how he tackles that, because you're right, there are definitely some advantages there, the long reach.
Ooh, straight right hand from Stacky, and already Murat Mehmet trying to unload that right hand of his. High left round kick from Mehmet.
Well, Stacky's not going to want to be on the ropes, Michael, because Mehmet's going to bully him onto the ropes and then unload with those big hands, my prediction.
Well,
Stacky wants to use his reach, height and reach advantage. It's called an advantage because you've got to use it.
Ooh, big left hand there. Lead hand from Murat Mehmet. And that's why they call him the Rocky Marciano of kickboxing, a big body banger, even though Rocky Marciano was a southpaw and Mehmet's an orthodox fighter. But he's got an enormous heart and enormous power.
I like what I see so far, though. He's very composed, you know, and when he does execute something, he does it with conviction. It's not like halfway, you know what I'm saying?
He backs himself, Stan. He certainly does. Yeah.
Look at him. He's when he does something, he does it with, you know, precision.
Murat won't give up centering at the Mobo. On top of that Crazy John's logo. Switching up here, Stacky. High left round kick, then took one to the lower rib cage. Oh! Great right hand from Mehmet. Murat Mehmet launching the big kibosh here early in the first round, and again an overhand right to end the round.
I'll tell you what, got caught.
Round stealer hammer.
He certainly got caught flush twice. Christian Stack, unfortunate for him, right on a knocker. But
if you weren't sure which way that round was going to go,
that pretty much did it.
But you saw the aggression. If you got to score aggression, well, Murat Mehmet certainly had a lot of it and was stalking Christian Stack the whole time through that first round. Stacky hasn't really used his legs to great advantage, which are his better weapon. It'll be interesting to see how we go in a second. This is what happened in the first. You see Stacky trying for the big left hook leg kick combination, but Mehmet very composed, calm and cool, answered. Great counter fighting from both boys. There's a big right that caught Stacky, and he gave himself a bit of time, shook it off, but Mehmet right on the knocker caught him again, and that was where the bell went there.
Okay, second round of 5. First round being stolen in the final 15 seconds by Murat Mehmet. But Stacky, as I said earlier on, he's all heart and a hard head. He's going to be a hard man to stop here tonight. Second round of 5. This fight brought to you by Ahan Caesar and New Door. Jab from Stack. And again, Mehmet adopting the position he had in the opening round, switching to southpaw here momentarily for the spinning heel kick, but trying to keep control of centre ring while forcing Stacky to the outside of the ring. Wild left hook there from Stack. Just drifts off to his left. Jab, outside thigh kick. He's got to get more of those combinations happening here, Stack.
Well, Stack needs to be throwing his punches in bunches and working his combinations, hands and then chopping down low. High-low tactics would be a good idea from Christian Stack, Michael.
Can Mehmet set himself for that sub-thumping right hand again? This is not where Stack wants to be, against the ropes in one of the corners, and he edges his way towards centre ring, just weaves under the right hand. Nicely done from Stacky, but he's got to bring the legs in underneath, Stan.
See, this is the thing. I mean, Stack's trying to throw a lot, trying to stay busy, but what I like about Murat is that when he does something, he's effective. He's not as often throwing things, but you can see he's composed, and when he executes, for me, you know, he executes with, like I said, you know, he's scoring effective punches, and like in that last round, he stole the round with those two good last shots.
A very clever fight here from Murat. Oh, overhand right, almost took out the ceiling lights here at the Vodafone Arena. Step up front kick off the lead leg from Murat. Thought about the balk right hand. Takes the outside thigh kick to give the straight right up the centre corridor. High left round kick, and he is swinging. Here on the second round is Murat Mehmet. Not connecting, but certainly he's got a lot of power in that right hand hammer.
Well, certainly has. And the judges for this one, Mark Corrie, Dave Hedgecock again, and Malcolm Bullner. Now, Dave and Malcolm are going to like to see the big bomb in hands. Of course, Malcolm Bullner is a great boxing referee, judge. So they're going to be looking at those hand combinations.
Oh, there is again, and Stan, it's like he's got an inner sense to time those right hands right on the bell, isn't it?
He does. But that's the good thing. I mean, that's a good sign. When you see a fighter starts well, throughout the fight, he's staying exceptionally busy, but then he finishes the round off strong. It's always a telling thing for the judges to see.
I'd go 2 rounds for Murat, Hammer.
Well, certainly Christian Stack may be giving Murat Mehmet a little bit too much room to work.
Very angry, Jamal Hassan.
He wants kick. When you go in, study, you understand that you're not a green side. You fight with one of my boy Michael.
Of course, great expert advice from Jamal Hassan, telling Mehmet to get in and work the hands, because that kicking range is certainly going to sway Christian Stack's way. He's got good legs on him, Stacky. He's not using them enough tonight. But Murat Mehmet is the boxer of the two, and will certainly have some power-packed hand work happening in the third. You can bank on that.
Final instructions from Blitz Hall of Famer Jamal Hassan in the red corner of Murat Mehmet, who we've got unofficially ahead 2 rounds to 0. So Stacky really needs to get working here in the third of 5. Modified A1 rules, no knees permitted, so we're seeing an outright kickboxing contest here in centre ring, and it's more the hands of Mehmet versus the lacking kick so far of Christian Stack.
Especially the push kick. I mean, when Mehmet comes in to pressure him with the hands, Stacky should be using the push kick. At the moment, he's trying to trade with Mehmet, and Mehmet's getting the better of the exchanges, Stan.
That's a fair analysis for me, Mark. I mean, you're saying it just the way it is and the way we see it at the moment.
Outside thigh kick from Mehmet, again controlling centre ring. Stacky hasn't been in centre ring for 2 rounds so far. Just parries the round kick there from Murat Mehmet. Surprisingly, the Christian Stack hasn't slung a lot more off that lethal rear leg he does have, especially to the head, when Murat tends to drop his left hand when he comes through with the right.
He's looking a little gassed, Stacky, in this round. He hasn't started with his usual vigour. Usually he starts with a lot more aggression, but he's actually maybe a little bit overawed by the occasion. He needs to take it right up to...
I'll tell you what, fella, look, you know, we're looking at him here now from the profile that we see, and if I was in his corner, I'd be saying, why aren't you throwing that left jab? Execute that jab. Look how close he gets into firing range, and he's not executing anything at this point. That's what I don't like to see in fighters. I mean, when you're in that firing zone, you know, you can't just not throw anything or keep yourself busy with something. Look at that angle right there. Why not throw a jab? Before he does anything, work off the jab. Finish off with the jab.
Against such a heavy boxer as Murat Mehmet, Stacky's holding his hands dangerously low. Have a look how low they are on his chest.
But look at that. Stacky's throwing a lazy low kick, and he's not really earning to land it because he's not executing any punches beforehand.
And this is a slower round for Murat, but as Stan said, there's just no work rate from Christian Stack to really score here. And again, Mehmet edging forward. Will he throw that overhand right? There it is. End of the round, but he tried to time it again.
However, I'd say that round maybe a little bit more Stacky's favour. He was slightly busier than Murat. Murat didn't really unleash. I think he was waiting and waiting.
I think that was a rest round for Murat.
It was a rest round, you reckon?
Yeah.
Well, let's call it 1 round to Stacky and 2 rounds to Mehmet.
He's foot sore, mate. This is your time to shine, mate. It's a big show. You don't want to lose on this show, mate. You want to win. You've got to work, mate. You've got to work. Use that jab.
Having a look at what went down in that round, Stacky just working on the outside. Mehmet didn't really get those big bombs happening as we thought they would. But it was really a pegging shot-for-shot round. Mehmet launching some big attacks. He may have hurt himself the way he buckled slightly there on his lead leg. But Stacky working on the outside, maybe just a little ahead on the scorecards for that round. The Chevello's doing the tourist thing, taking photos ringside.
I can't help it, Hammer. My adoring public demand me. Here we go. 5th and final round. And we've got this one going the way of Murat Mehmet at the moment, with the last round possibly to Stacky, but only because Mehmet went to sleep. And Stacky's got a lot of ground to make up here. Short tag in left hook from Murat Mehmet. Just slips out of the way of Stacky's right hand. And I'm really impressed with Murat's control and his technique in this fight. He hasn't rushed anything. He's been very calculating, a very cerebral fight here for Murat Mehmet tonight.
Well, the difference is, Michael, that Mehmet's fought on these big shows before. Christian Stack, although he's been busy,
have a look at that. Stacky calling him on, Hammer, and maybe trying to fire himself up. And finally, Christian Stack throws the high right round kick, and Murat Mehmet gives a little bit of the trash talk back to him.
A little bit of trash talk, and love the trash talk.
And about 5,500 on hand here at Vodafone Arena, loving every moment of it. Overhand right from Stacky, the far lap of the Sunshine Team Ultimate crew. I'll tell you what, Hammer, if he's the far lap, you're going to see the Maccabi Diva of kickboxing, our main event, Mike Zambidis, a little later on. Can't wait for that one. Meanwhile, Stacky's got to hope for a knockdown here in this round.
Of course, big Chrisopoulides.
He'd be the Empire Rose.
He is all heart, that man.
Murat Mehmet stalking Stacky. You feel as Stack wears a right hand to the jaw stand that he's got to hope for a flash knockdown here.
That's what he's trying to do. He's giving it all he's got. He's going toe to toe, you know. He's hoping to land one, and like you said, a flash knockdown will get him back into the fight, I think.
Stacky just drifting off to his right, now back to his left. Going clockwise, but Murat Mehmet has controlled centre ring for the entire fight.
Well, as the chief of the Ultimate Stable, Johnny Sheeter, said in the corner there, this is Stacky's time to shine.
Nice,
and he's really got to throw caution to the wind, Michael.
There it is, into the 4th. We've got one more to go, and Murat Mehmet in control here.
Well, I think that was a bit more of an even round. Mehmet still landing some good shots, but Stacky landed a nice overhand right as well. Well, this one is a very good match fight, very close.
I'm going to give that last round to Murat Mehmet, Hammer. More connecting blows, so I'll go 10-9 to Murat.
I'll give it even.
Fucking fall on the ground by now. I want to see it. You've got to turn around, Stack. If you don't knock him out, you lost.
There you go. You can hear Johnny Skeeter, the wise words of experience there. He's been around a long time, and he knows when his boy's behind and what he needs to do. He's trying to get into the head of Christian's head right now and trying to inspire him to pull out something in this last round, Mike.
Well, can he do it, Hammer?
Having a look at the big shots, and Murat Mehmet just loads everything 100%. He's a power-packed little fighting machine, is Murat Mehmet.
Here we go, 5th and final round. Both men will touch gloves.
This is the 5th and final round.
And here we go. Stacky's got to hope for a knockdown here. Unofficially, I've given every round to Murat bar 1. And that was only when he went to La La Land going to sleep because he took a nap midway through the 3rd. Again, Mehmet in centering on top of that Crazy John's logo. A wild telegraphed right hand there from Christian Stack. Pops out the jab. Rib kick from Murat off the lead leg. Stacky's right hand dangerously low here. Front kick to the face. Jab outside thigh kick. That's what he should have been doing throughout the entire fight, Stan.
Exactly right. Jab first. Jab bang, as the old Dana would tell me once. Jab bang. Always land that jab and finish up with that jab, especially when you got the reach like he has.
Stacky just hasn't been on his game tonight. You can take nothing away from him at the heart stakes.
He's digging in deep now. You can see he's trying.
Mehmet really find that one shot. Ooh. Wild right hand, mouth guard's dislodged. And that was Murat Mehmet's mouth guard. They'll water it down and reinsert it. And Mehmet, as we said, a very controlled fight. Not throwing caution for the win, but only looking for the shot when he sees the opening. Edges forward again, Mehmet. Inside thigh kick from Murat. Wild left hand, almost reminiscent of Gurkhan Ozkan, that technique. Edges forward again, Mehmet. He's got Stacky in the corner, wants to fire out the right hand, but didn't see the opening. Double forearm guard against the round kick from Stacky. Gets tagged on the jaw with a left hook. Here comes Murat Mehmet, the body shot. Stacky in trouble as his legs swept out on the far side of the ring. This crowd willing Murat Mehmet on to take the decision here. Pokes out the right hand, inside thigh kick. Christian Stack taking more shots than a man with typhoid here in the final round.
Nice jab, there you go. Nice hook, comes back on his own.
And right in front of our commentary spot, they tie up. And it's been a cracker of a fifth and final round. Great effort from both men, but for my liking, Stan, Murat Mehmet's going to get the nod here.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on this one. I mean, I think his work rate throughout the whole fight was supreme. Full credit, though, to Christian. I think, you know, in that last round, he dug in deep. He tried to do whatever he could because, you know, Murat was looking for that knockout. But I think a good fight from both guys.
Give me some water.
Once again, having a look at the action from the last, and it was the man with the biggest resolve, who tonight, of course, was Murat Mehmet, just did not know how to take a backward step. And there you see him snatching the body of Stacky and then chopping the leg to take his stance. And it was certainly a very strong and convict Murat Mehmet that just kept the pressure on Christian Stack all the way to the final bell. Stacky did dig deep for sure, but that man on screen now, Murat Mehmet, I think has certainly been too strong and, of course, should get the nod.
And doing silly things like that, so I think like the last time I was shooting, so well, Tamsin and I have to go with you, I don't know, we both go about 27 costumes, be great, but I think Tamsin tends to do a few more daredevil things than I do. Are you enjoying it? Yeah, like the crazy one, the other one was always outlining on my motorbike. It's not in the kickboxing tonight.
Tamsin Lewis.
Well, we like that, and having you here. We'd like to present our trophy to our winner. Do you have to move over here? Thanks everybody, Tamsin Lewis.
Tamsin Lewis, ladies and gentlemen. Fighters to center stage, please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, unanimous, red corner, the next big thing.
Well, never any doubt about it. And in one of his best showings we've seen in recent times, Murat Mehmet steps back into the winner's circle with a UD over Christian Stacky Stack. Next up, folks, don't miss it, Ronnie Najjar, Ekan Yildiz from No Respect 3.
Before our next fight, I would now like to welcome on stage a performance of martial arts demonstration.
Face down,
folks, for our martial arts demonstration. I wouldn't like to meet that, what was he, about 7 or 8?
I'm not sure, but it looked pretty scary to me.
Okay, folks, bout number 3 of the evening is between Ronnie Najjar and Ekan Yildiz. Lebanon versus Turkey. Okay, we'll try that one more time. Bout number 3, folks. Ronnie Najjar from Lebanon taking on Ekan Yildiz from Turkey.
This fight is proudly sponsored by Galanti.
All the way up there.
And making his way to the ring, his first time ever on a Salt Lake promotion, and isn't he happy to be here? Representing Lebanon, training out of Team Sikyatong in Melbourne, trained by Crew Jeb, it's Ronnie Najjar.
Well, Ronnie Najjar, Michael, is predominantly a Thai-style fighter. That is, he fights usually with grappling, full grappling, knees and elbows. Tonight, he's going to have to modify his fight strategy and try something a little bit different on this A1 Salt Lake promotion.
In Muay Thai style, Ronnie Najjar goes over the top ropes. And this one should be an absolute cracker.
We are back for bout number 3 of the evening. A1 rules, no knees, 5 by 2 minute rounds, 78 kilogram weight division. Your man in charge in the ring is Mr. Malcolm Bulldar. Firstly, to my left, trained by G-Up from the Sikyatong Academy. Formerly from Lebanon, last night he weighed in at 76.3 kilograms. Wearing red shorts with white trim, now residing in Melbourne. 8 fights, 5 wins, 2 draws, 2 by way of knockout. Please welcome Ronnie Najjar. And to my right in the blue corner, trained by Jamal Hassan from the Olympic OTC Gym. Formerly from Turkey, now residing in Melbourne. Last night at the weigh-in, he weighed in at 75.5 kilograms. 2 fights, 2 wins, 1 by way of knockout. Tonight he's wearing light blue shorts. Please welcome the Ottoman Turk, Ekan Yildiz.
And a great ovation from our Turkish contingent, really building up here for that main event between Zambidis and Murat. Third man in centering at the sound of the bell will be Malcolm the Raging Bullnut. Let's listen in to the final instructions.
Good luck to both your fighters. You know your rules. Okay, come on, fighting at the bell. May the best man win.
Simple and effective. The height and reach advantage, quite obviously going the way of Ronnie Najjar. I dare say the power and speed advantage going the way of Ekan Yildiz. You'll see a more composed Najjar against the wilder, hunting for the KO style fighter that is Ekan Yildiz, Hammer.
Well, of course, Ronnie Najjar has probably been the Thai stylist, will start a lot slower. Well, I tell you what, I don't think he can. You can afford to do that tonight against Ekan Yildiz. Yildiz is going to be right on him. He's going to be all over him like a rash. Use one of your analogies, voice.
I don't use that one, Hammer.
Oh, don't you? Okay.
No, it's not mine. I don't claim it.
It must be from someone else. I use those analogies.
Here we go, first round. And we again are set for 5-by-2, no knees. A1 rules, low leg check there from Ekan Yildiz. He's got a big set of legs on him too, Ekan Yildiz. Short left hook to the side of the head of Ronnie Najjar. Najjar in the red, Yildiz in the blue. Thought about parrying the front kick off the rear leg. Just closes the gap, works Najjar towards the neutral corner. And Najjar's got to keep that right hand up because already Ekan Yildiz is going hunting with that lead left stand.
Well, let me tell you, Yildiz looks like a little compact pit bull to me, you know. He's very crisp and good combinations with the hands. I'm very curious to see how it unfolds.
Overhand left, short hook from Yildiz, uppercut. Najjar just smiling at him, goes in outside crescent kick. Pops out the jab, Najjar, and again that right hand, as I said earlier, dangerously low, and Yildiz just letting him know, if you're going to drop the right hand, son, I'm going to clip you on the jaw.
Well, Ronnie Najjar, if he's going to throw the big round kick, he wants to go to the rib region.
Three-punch, four-punch combination from Yildiz. The final one connecting to the floating rib cage, right side of the body on Ekan Yildiz. And the Raging Bullnut just separating both men. This one here has started off at a cracker pace.
Beautiful push kick to the face from Ronnie Najjar.
And this fight brought to you by Galanthi Classic and Yildiz Pen, sponsors of our third fight here tonight as they duke it out over in the neutral corner. Some reddening under the left arm of Ekan Yildiz from that rear leg round kick of Ronnie Najjar. Uppercut from Yildiz.
Nice uppercut from Yildiz.
Foot and mouth disease there. Front kick to the face from Ronnie Najjar.
Well, Yildiz either needs to be in close or out of range, because in that mid range is where he's going to get himself in trouble. As he lets a beautiful hand combination go, Ekan Yildiz.
Short left hook, very short arms on Yildiz. As the Hammer said, he's got to get in close to be able to work them on Ronnie Najjar. Into the first round, we go to the towels. How did you see it, Hammer?
I'll give it to Ekan Yildiz, just the more aggressive of the two. Ronnie Najjar landed a couple of nice shots, a nice push kick to the face. But on my scorecard anyway, I'll give it to the more aggressive Ekan Yildiz out of the red corner. Stan?
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you there, Mark. Obviously, the important points for Ronnie Najjar are he executes the kicking. He's good with his front legs, but for the Turkish fighter, Yildiz, once he bridges the gap, he's very, very compact and he executes good combinations, as you can see. Once he bridges that gap, I think Ronnie's in trouble and he tries to tie him up, as you can see right there with the replay.
Obviously, if it was knees and tie rules, Najjar, that's where he's comfortable, but there's none of that, and he's taken this fight under the A1 rules, so he's got to equip himself well with those rules. I think the more compact Ekan Yildiz will grow in confidence as his nerves settle and this one progresses.
Okay, here we go. Second round of action set for 5. Unofficially, we're giving it 10-9. First round to Ekan Yildiz out of the red corner. Jamal Hassan applies the last-minute Vaseline across the forehead of Yildiz. Crew jab giving instructions to Ronnie Najjar between rounds. Here we go in the second. You could see Najjar wanting to lock on for the grapple then. Realised that he wasn't fighting a Muay Thai contest and he let go immediately. Again locking onto that double-handed grapple around the back of the neck. And Yildiz goes head hunting, as we would expect from him. Uppercut from Yildiz. Najjar circling off to his right. Doesn't want to walk into that left hook though, but he's trying to stay out of range of the power right hand of Ekan Yildiz.
Well, Najjar with the height and reach advantage.
Double front kick to the face, turning back fist from Najjar. And he's got more kick than a drowning horse here in the second round, Ronnie Najjar.
He wants to use his jab a lot more too, Michael, like that.
He's fighting smart now, Ronnie Najjar. He knows once he lands those front kicks, he's actually executing some good punches as well at the moment.
A much better round here for Najjar after we had him losing the first round 10-9. And he'll right stand. He's controlling this one here in the second. Using his height and reach to great advantage. Yildiz trying to defend against these axe kicks and high kicks of Ronnie Najjar. And here comes Yildiz now.
Don't punch, don't kick.
And the Raging Bull now just breaking them over in the blue corner. Corker of a second round hammer.
Well, certainly is, and that's Ronnie Najjar's beautiful push kick to the mouth. Ronnie Najjar's showing what push kicks are all about and how they should be used.
Smack the taste out. Ronnie Najjar like a fat kid on a cupcake here in the second round. The mouth guard's been dislodged of Yildiz, and he is spitting blood.
He's in trouble. He's in big trouble.
Well, Yildiz in a world of hurt here in the second round. And the blood flowing freely from the nose and mouth of Yildiz. Geez, hammer. Ronnie Najjar doing an absolute number on him.
There's a big problem with the left eye of Yildiz. He copped a foot right in that left eye, and his left eye is looking very, very sick at the moment.
Well, Yildiz taking more shots than Stand the Man during happy hour. And how is he still standing here in the second round?
Fight.
Edges forward again. And straight to that damaged left eye stand.
He needs to get that glove up on the face, does Yildiz. And Ronnie Najjar almost
showing compassion.
He's almost showing compassion. He is.
Honestly, at the end of that round, he almost looked like he was looking at the referee saying, "Do I have to keep doing this?"
Yeah, no, that's a good spirit.
It is a good spirit, actually.
Ronnie Najjar doesn't want to do it anymore, but Yildiz, I bet you, if he had the opportunity, he'd probably go in for the kill. But Ronnie Najjar almost tentative now in his attacks with the front kick to the face. Let's have a look at it. Ronnie Najjar, bang, chambered it nicely. A double push kick to the face. Tried for the spinning back kick straight off it. And there was one of those front kicks to the face, a sickening front kick to the face that caught Yildiz right in the eye, and that sent him into a little bit of trouble. Nice round kicks from Ronnie Najjar, but Yildiz is a tough boy, Yildiz. And I tell you what, he's going to come out with a little bit of fire in the belly after this one. But certainly his eyes are in a world of hurt, Michael.
Okay, third round, a battered Yildiz gets to his feet and comes out for it. A fresh Ronnie Najjar. He lost the first round 10-9. He owned the second one 10-8. And Yildiz really has an uphill battle on his hands. Look at Najjar, oozing confidence, hands down around his waist, controlling this fight with his kicks alone almost. 3 kicks, pokes out the right hand. Nicely done from Najjar. A real gunsling with the legs. Again, high right round kick, axe kick, trying to bring it down to the back of the neck.
Don't hold.
Beautiful stuff. Tracking away, spinning back fist from Najjar. Uppercut from Yildiz, but just hasn't got the mustard behind it to really worry Ronnie Najjar at the moment. Najjar just smiling at him.
Step back. Fight.
Front kick to the midsection there from Ronnie Najjar. Flicks the front kick up to the face. High right round kick. Ronnie Najjar is unloading here, and Yildiz and Malcolm Bull away from him. The towel's been thrown in. It's good night, Irene, for Yildiz.
Well, the towel was thrown after those brutal front kicks to the face of Yildiz. And geez, it was those lightning fast attacks from Ronnie Najjar that caused Urkan to be in a world of hurt, and that was very unfortunate from the up-and-coming, promising, strong, young raging bull Urkan Yildiz. He's a tough fighter, but tonight he just didn't get time to shine. Ronnie Najjar just took him apart systematically with those front kicks to the face.
We would like to thank Ilhami for sponsoring this fight.
Once again, you see Ronnie Najjar just on the attack, but as Stan mentioned, he was almost compassionate towards the later stages of the rounds. He inflicted some serious damage to the face of Urkan Yildiz via the way of the push kicks. Perhaps Urkan Yildiz's eyes just sustained too much damage, and the young fella showed a lot of heart and a lot of fighting spirit, but Ronnie Najjar systematically, with those, there's the eye you'll see there on screen of Yildiz. That took a lot of punishment. Dr. Peter Lewis having a close look at the eyes of Urkan Yildiz. They'll take him out the back and attend to those injuries. Once again, Ronnie Najjar, push kick to the face, and it was those push kicks that did the damage. The head kick really not getting through, another push kick to the face, and that was some serious damaging front kicks to the face of Ekan Yildiz. They put it that way, and it's a win for Ronnie Najjar.
And will we see you back at the kickboxing?
I will really come back for another event like this. Like this is again, as I say, it's very exciting.
It is very exciting. It's very exciting to have you on board here, Mr. John So. If you'd like to pick up our trophy and present it to our winner of our fight.
Okay, thank you very much, Nikki. Thank you, Lord Mayor John So. I'll just go to the official time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, 54 seconds into the third round, stopped by referee Mr. Malcolm Bulmer. Your winner, Ronnie Najjar. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, Nicky Whelan, the Lord Mayor of Melbourne, John So, and Welcome back, folks, to bout number 4 of the evening between the Pocket Dynamo, Ozdemircelik, and the Iranian whirlwind, Yousef Eskanderi.
This fight is proudly sponsored by BBI and Vic Lend.
And shows a lot of heart and aggression in his attacks in the centre ring. And Eskanderi, this is going to be something sensational. Eskanderi, height and reach advantage going all his way, but Jem is certainly not going to take a backward step either. This is his time to shine as well, and we're going to see something special this clash.
Your referee in charge for this bout once again is the Raging Bull Malcolm Bowler. 5 by 2 minute round, 63 kilogram weight division, A1 rules, no knees. Firstly, to my left in the blue corner, trained by Mike Vukovic from the Melbourne Fight Centre, Sting Jim. Last night he weighed in at 61.6 kilograms. Formerly from Turkey and now residing in Melbourne. Tonight he's wearing all black shorts, 10 fights, 8 wins, 7 by way of knockout. Please welcome the Pocket Dynamo, Ozdemircelik. And to my right in the red corner, trained by Team Solak, formerly from Iran and now residing in Melbourne. Last night he weighed in at 62.9 kilograms. He is the current Iranian champion. 12 fights, 11 wins, 1 draw, 5 by way of knockout. Please welcome the Iranian whirlwind, Yousef Eskanderi.
Okay, third man in centre ring once again at the sound of the bell will be Malcolm the Raging Bullner. Iran versus Australia via Turkey. And let's listen in to Malcolm with the final instructions.
Welcome, centering gentlemen. Good luck to both your fighters. May the best man win. Remember, obey my instructions at all times. Go back to your corners, come on fighting at the bell. Good
Height
luck.
and reach going the way of Yousef Eskanderi. Look out for the vicious hands, and he's got a high KO ratio. Ozdemircelik out of the blue corner. Eskanderi, they don't call him the Iranian whirlwind for nothing, folks. A brilliant repertoire of spinning kicks and high round kicks off the rear leg in particular. And we are set for this one, 5 by 2, no knees permitted.
Fight.
Round number 1. The voice Michael Chiavello, Mark the Hammer Castanini, and joined again by Stan the Man Longanides. And both men have opened up at a good pace here in the first stanza.
Give me a glove. Give me a glove. Give me a glove.
This is Jem's first appearance on a Tarak Solak major promotion. Usually does most of his fighting out of the Springvale Town Hall. And Yousef Eskanderi, as we said, 3 times prior on Solak Promotions and becoming a very popular young fighter here in Melbourne now. Nice weaving under the round kick there by Jem Ozdemircelik.
Oh, got caught flush with Eskanderi, but Ozdemircelik looking in a bit of bother early, but he's rallying back nicely, Michael and Stan.
There's no doubt about it. These guys are going toe-to-toe. Oh, big shots there.
Big right hand up the centre corridor from Yousef Eskanderi. Overhand right from Ozdemircelik. He doesn't mind a good Donnybrook, Ozdemircelik. He'll give as good as he gets, and a clipping left hand to the jaw of Eskanderi. Eskanderi winds up that lethal rear leg round kick, turning back kick to the midsection.
Oh,
straight right hand.
Man, what a cracker
Nicely
of a right
done.
hand.
These guys are both throwing with bad intentions, fellas. Let me tell you something.
Wow, Ozdemircelik taking more battering than a piece of flake here in the first round from Yousef Eskanderi. Tries to nail back a right hand of his own. Straight right hand, left hook from Yousef Eskanderi. Body shots from Ozdemircelik. Oh, Stan, you figure this one's not going to go the distance.
I'm telling you.
It's going to be down to who's got enough left in the tank after this little exchange in the first. I can tell you if it's going to go down the distance road.
The way both fighters have started this fight, it's going to be a matter of which spirit breaks first.
Outside thigh kick, Eskanderi, foot and mouth for Ozdemircelik. Left hand from Ozdemircelik, didn't have enough mustard behind it. Eskanderi forces him back, uppercut, pops the head back, and a second one caught on the forearms by Ozdemircelik. Just a short shot after the bell in the first round. What an absolute corker. A cracker of a pace to start at, and I've got to give the first round there to Yousef Eskanderi.
No kidding. Really?
I've got to state the obvious, Hammer. Captain Obvious Chevello here.
We want to hear your opinion when they're close rounds.
I'm not that silly, Stan.
Chevello, the bandwagon king, is the train's out of the station. But a beautiful first round from both fighters. Jem Ozdemircelik giving it a lot of heart, but the Yousef Eskanderi just right on and on the money tonight. There you see Eskanderi just measuring with the lead hand and then launching the rear, and that's beautiful work from Eskanderi. And he's come into the centre ring tonight with just renewed vigour, and his hands have come on nicely. His kicks have always been there, Eskanderi, but the punching power that he possesses tonight has really opened my eyes to the new skill level that he has. You see him just measuring, and Jem has certainly been overwhelmed a little in the first. I don't think he thought Eskanderi would open up as hard with the handstand.
Very composed in the corner there as well. Just watching Jamal Hassan with his fighter, very composed. They got a game plan, and I think that it's going along just nicely.
Here we go, second round of 5. Eskanderi, who has been the major sparring partner of Kara Murat for that main event fight against Mike Zambidis later on. And picks up where he left off in the first round. Trying to loop the shin around the side of the neck of Jem Ozdemircelik. Eskanderi on fire with his kicks. And again, he's going for the big kibosh here in the second round. And Jem tags him. Ozdemircelik will not take a backward step.
Full credit to Jem. He knows that he's come up a division here at the Vodafone Arena. He's going to give it all he's got. As you said earlier, he usually fights out at Springvale, and this is a big promotion for him. He wants to give Tarak the best he can possibly give him.
And he is certainly giving the crowd their money's worth, as is Eskanderi. Just misses with the inside thigh kick. Nice uppercut from the Iranian whirlwind. The man from Tehran. Again, looping the shin around the back of the neck of Jem Ozdemircelik. Straight right hand, uppercut from Yousef, inside thigh kick. He's got more combinations than McDonald's menu here tonight, Hammer.
Let me tell you, he's picking his shots. He's picking his shots very well, very composed. He measures, watch this guy. Watch him how he measures with his arms. He picks his shots. But full credit to Jem. He's really digging in deep to give it what he's got.
Well, just have a look at Eskanderi, very composed and a driven fighter tonight. Jem calling him on, but he's got to be careful to not spend all his pennies, obviously, in the first, as he did, Jem. He wants to be moving around, coming up with a bit of a game plan rather than just standing there and let Eskanderi tee off on him.
Well, this is point-scoring stuff here for Yousef Eskanderi after owning the first round 10-9 quite clearly. Ozdemircelik walks into a front kick, straight right hand, fires back with one of his own. Can Ozdemircelik connect with that left hook of his?
And if he does, is he going to have enough power to do any damage, Michael? That's the key, because they really went hard at it in the first, of course, and their power ratio is going to be dropped way down now.
Spinning back fist from Ozdemircelik, turning back hit from Yousef Eskanderi. End of the second round here of 5, and once again, you'd have to lock that round away. 10-9 for the Iranian whirlwind, Yousef Eskanderi. Stand the man. In our semi-main event later tonight, we're going to see Maurice Smith, who you fought way back in 1991. In our semi-main event against Godzilla, Chrisopoulides. What's going through your mind at the moment with one of your oldest rivals and your oldest friends, Maurice Smith, stepping back in the centre ring after a 2-year layoff?
Yeah, I spent some time with him during the week, you know, and I'm one of the fellas that have been trying hard to change his mind. I really have an issue with watching Maurice tonight. It's almost like bringing back our leader fight. You know, what do you want? He's a name, he's a legend, and you know, I believe we've got to protect these big names in our sport. And it's a sentimental thing for me. I mean, to be here watching it live and to commentate the fight, and also Chris. I mean, Chris is one of our local boys, a lovable guy. We all love him, you know.
It's going to be a bit of everything to lose and nothing to gain, really, for Maurice.
For Maurice,
and
Maurice, unfortunately, he's always been one of these guys. Even from the old days, he earned respect. You know, he went and fought anyone, anytime, anywhere. Money was not an issue.
Yeah.
Well, semi-main event, 9 times or 9 years running, world's longest ever serving heavyweight world champion Maurice Smith taking on big Chrisopoulides. And the uppercut from Jem Ozdemircelik to begin round 3 of 5. Ozdemircelik has come out smoking here.
He does. Jem needs a great start to this round. And he's giving it all he's got. You've got to give him credit, though.
Well, hammer Ozdemircelik opened up like a house on fire.
Don't hold.
The big right hand.
Well, Eskanderi's starting to attack the legs now. It's not going to go all the boxing way. Eskanderi keeping the score up there, Michael, with those kicks. That's what he's got to do. Certainly he's had a stellar fight so far, Eskanderi.
Turning back fist there from Eskanderi. Malcolm the Raging Bull separates them.
See, the problem, fellas, here is that Jem walks in a straight line all the time. You notice it. He comes in a straight line, which it's easy for Yousef to tee off on him, you know what I'm saying? That's the problem. No angles at all from Jem.
There is a mouse under the left eye of Jem Ozdemircelik as Eskanderi goes to work on him. Jem forced to cover up. Turtle shell in the red corner. Digs away to the floating ribcage of Eskanderi. Doesn't seem to hurt the Iranian. Uppercut from Eskanderi.
Well, he's got to get out of that corner. He's got to get out of that corner.
And have a look at Eskanderi just working him over.
It's a very bad position to be in. As you can see, Jem, when he's in that corner, his legs are square. He can't give. There's no give in his legs. If he gets tagged with anything, it's more chance of going down.
Well, he's got to either get out of the corner or tie Eskanderi up. Jem, he can't stay in that corner. It's turned now. He's trying to push Eskanderi into the corner, but it's not happening for a beautiful left hook there, Michael.
Well, they are giving it their all here in the third round. Eskanderi's owned the fight so far, but certainly Ozdemircelik hasn't finished his salvos yet.
And he has got a mouse under his left eye, Jem.
And Eskanderi's got to be thinking, what the hell do I have to do to drop this young fella?
Chop the legs, perhaps.
He's all heart, this Jem. He's got a big heart, this young boy. Let me tell you, he's digging in deep. It's all spirit right now, and the will to never give up. Well done. It's a
End
good
of the round, another round for Eskanderi, but Jem still showing signs that he could pull a rabbit out of the proverbial hat here, Hammer.
Well, as we stated earlier, it's the power that's going to be depleted now on Ozdemircelik. So whether he's got that capability and the power in his hands to put a count on Eskanderi is questionable, but Eskanderi is just methodical in his attack stand. Once again, you see Ozdemircelik trying to bring it on, but Eskanderi, he is super fit and really working the strategy nicely. Hands at range, legs down low, mixing it up nicely, Yousef Eskanderi, and that's why I put such big raps on this fighter. He is a very underestimated fighter, but when he gets in there, he has a capability to do damage. He was with his legs, now his hands have come on nicely. Have a look at the repeated right hands that he's landed there on Ozdemircelik. He had him bailed in that red corner and just went to work.
Okay, we are ready to rock and roll. Fourth round of 5. And another great fight brought to you by the super promoter Tarak Solak. No Respect 3. Great crowd on hand here at the Vodafone Arena. Ozdemircelik forcing Eskanderi into that blue corner early on.
Don't hold, don't hold.
What can Jem do? They lock up against the ropes and Malcolm Bullner separates them.
Okay, Buck, fight.
A lot of swelling under the left eye of Ozdemircelik. Eskanderi looks relatively fresh and unscathed here. Half-hearted front kick, just feeling out Ozdemircelik here, Stan, in the fourth.
I tell you, I'm very impressed with Yousef. I look at him as a real good talent. He's very creative. He actually executes moves to see how you react. He's a good creative fighter.
Well, how's that? Ozdemircelik saying, "Won't they effing hit me?" And that's exactly what Eskanderi did hammer.
Actually, it doesn't look good when you ask for it, and it does happen.
It doesn't actually look that great. Yeah, no, it's not a good thing.
Long glance to his corner there from Jem Ozdemircelik. Michael Vukovic shouting all sorts of instructions to his young charge. He's got a lot of guts and intestinal fortitude, Ozdemircelik, but not the most clever of fights from him. Turning back kick there from Eskanderi. Jab 2 from the Iranian.
I like the way Eskanderi just uses the ring too, Stan. He's got good lateral movement. He's not linear, he's lateral, he's in, he's out, he moves off to the side.
He's good.
Beautiful footwork, beautiful strategy.
There's no doubt about that. We should give him more credit than he deserves.
Overhand right from Ozdemircelik, one of the best shots he's thrown for the last 3 rounds. Round kick to the midsection there from Eskanderi. Turning back kick from the Iranian.
See Jem just keeps coming in a straight line. Look at Jem, straight line every time.
Straight line, and now he's a little flat-footed. As he said, he spent all his energies in that first.
He's trying to punch his chance. I mean, it's all hard. You got to give him credit. You know, he's not looking for a place to land like a lot of guys do.
Turning back fist from Yousef Eskanderi. Left hook just keeps Jem at bay. Ozdemircelik backing himself against the ropes, covered up. He really hasn't got much petrol left in the tank. Into the fourth, we've got one more to go, Hammer.
Well, one more to go, but I tell you what, Yousef Eskanderi is doing just a tradesman-like job on Jem Ozdemircelik in this one. Jem showing a lot of heart from the little fella, the pocket dynamo, but tonight, unfortunately, so far, is not his night.
işi bitirebilirsin. Yakına girme. Sol geliyor. Bana bak.
Having a look at Eskanderi just launching that right hand, planting and launching the right hand. Jem Ozdemircelik just trying, willing on the pain almost, and Yousef Eskanderi is happy to accommodate with some big combinations and just superior work rate the whole time, attempting the turning back kicks. He needs to isolate Ozdemircelik on the ropes if they're going to be effective, however.
Okay, fifth and final, folks. We are ready to get it on.
Seconds out.
And Jem Ozdemircelik can only hope to knock out Yousef Eskanderi to take this one here. It has been a good contest. A lot of guts shown by Ozdemircelik and a lot of style shown by Yousef Eskanderi. And a fight brought to you by Vic Lend and Hashim Brothers, our sponsors of this contest. Nice combination work with the hands, finishes it with the round kick to the left rib cage, then goes downstairs. Ozdemircelik 2 checks in a row, nicely done from Jem. Takes the outside thigh kick third time round. Wants to juke it out in the neutral corner here, Ozdemircelik, with those shorter arms just aren't working for him at the moment.
Well, Eskanderi, all he has to do is tick down the clock now in this fifth. He's done a great job. He doesn't want to get caught in any big slugging combination stand. It could be danger for him. Just keep rattling the points out as he's doing at range now is probably a smart tactic.
That's what he's doing. I mean, he doesn't want to give Jem any puncher's chance, and that's what he's trying to do. He knows he's in trouble. He knows he's behind on points. But having said that, he's just suffered a knockdown of his own.
Well, count being applied, the legs being taken out from under Jem Ozdemircelik. Standing count from Malcolm Bullner, and that's pretty much put the final nail in the coffin here for Ozdemircelik. Unless he can score a clean KO, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen, because Eskanderi can sign the pink slips, Hammer. He has owned Jem Ozdemircelik.
And certainly looks to have stepped back in the centre ring with just some new strategy, new vigour. Jamal Hassan has absolutely prepared Eskanderi a treat for this one. Sensational stuff, and how fit are both of these men? But Eskanderi, well, fortunately for him, he's just a little on top. Good old Jemmy stepped in to give it his all, He's entertained.
Actually, Jim's checked a couple of shots, then smiled back and said, hey, I know they hurt you.
And look at Yousef continues to crack away to that outside lead thigh of Cem Ozdemircelik. He's taken more hits than a pinata on that lead leg.
I think it's really just a matter of survival now. Just to see out the round and say, you know what, you had my number tonight, but I'll be back to live in a fight another day.
Big leg kick again to the left quadricep area, into the fifth and final. And no doubt about it, fellas, Yousef Eskanderi is going to get the nod here.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jem, unfortunately tonight was thrashed like a bit of a hire car at the hands of Yousef Eskanderi.
Hammer ripping it out of nowhere.
I love my hire cars, I'm telling you.
You guys are both on informed.
But great work from Yousef Eskanderi. Big heart from Cem Ozdemircelik. A lesser fighter would have certainly folded, but he saw out the distance, Rocky style, and did a great job. But Yousef Eskanderi, geez, what a fighter and what a technician tonight in centre ring. Once again, having a look at the action out of the last, and it was really just a matter of ticking down the clock. Ozdemircelik just trying for the turning back kick, but Eskanderi just put it all together in the 4 rounds preceding the final round. Is just systematic work from him, and in the 5th he just showcased his devastating technique, did Yousef Eskanderi, and he's certainly going to be a force to be reckoned with in this the 61 kilo weight division.
Fighters to center stage, please. Before we go to the decision, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for both fighters for a fantastic bout. Okay, the decision is in unanimous red corner, Yousef Eskanderi.
No question about it whatsoever. He is in the winner's circle here tonight, and he did it in style. The Iranian whirlwind, Yousef Eskanderi, folks. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, the real next big thing, the Terminator, Jason Tramsek, 18 years old.
Okay, Jim, it was a fantastic bout. Unfortunately, as I said, Yousef probably had just a tad more at the end. We've seen you fight for a couple of years and you came with all guns blazing. But I understand there are a few people you'd like to thank, and you've got something coming up in the future.
Yeah, thank my corner, of course, Sting Jim. I'd like to thank Body at Work Nutrition, Najjar Gym, Jeff's Meats in Dufton, Paul Beecher Massage, and all the sponsors here tonight for everything and everyone that's here. Thanks, Tarek Solak, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Congratulations, Yousef. He hurt me in the first round, so I couldn't do much after that. But I had to go the distance. I won't go down for nobody.
Now, I understand before you do go, there was a few, as I said, you were toing and froing from the fight. There was a few people there you were going, come on. I mean, were you trying to take the fight to Yousef or the other way around?
No, I was trying to make him blow himself out so I could smash him, but it didn't work. So, maybe next time, someone more stupider.
Okay, you've got a fight coming up very, very soon in the future. Where can we possibly see you?
Yeah, next March, we got a big one at QBH. Like to see everyone there, like you've turned up here. Take your time. Thank you very much, everybody. We've got that one coming up, and yeah, until then, I'll have a rest and party on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pocket Dynamo, Cem Ozdemircelik. Okay, your winner, we'll grab a few words. Sorry, Nicky. Yousef Eskanderi. Now, Yousef, Cem was actually saying you heard him in that first round, and he was taking on the challenge and so forth. Take us through that first round when you knocked him down.
Thanks very much. Everybody sponsored me. Thanks very much. My manager, Mr. Tramsek. Thanks a lot, my sponsor, Mr. Peter. But he's a good fighter. Maybe I'm the best. I want for world title, inshallah. Thanks very much, everybody.
I know what inshallah means. Now, could we possibly see a rematch? A lot of people like this fight. Can we see a rematch, maybe?
Up to you, I don't know. My coach, I have to talk my coach's mother, but my coach, Hisham, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Iranian whirlwind, Yousef Eskanderi.
Thanks again to UBI and Vic Lend.
Back soon, folks. Welcome back, folks, to bout number 5 of the evening between the Terminator, Jason Tramsek, taking on Simon Blade.
This fight is proudly brought to us by Ultra Hair, Ultra Tune and Baris Stud.
Touted as the next big thing in Australian kickboxing. I'll tell you what, folks, the Hammer and I have watched this kid, Jason Tramsek, progress over the last 5 years. Amateur boxing champion, recently turned 18, making his big fight kickboxing debut here tonight. You couldn't find a bigger promotion to house this young personality, the Terminator from Melbourne's western suburbs, Jason Tramsek.
Well, Jason Tramsek, Michael, right it is, everything you say about him, and it was just, everyone was waiting with bated breath for him to turn 18 years of age so he can step in the centre ring and show his wares, and I tell you what, something special, and for a man of his age, he's had a wealth of experience.
Well, let me tell you something, Mark. Big raps from Chevello, big raps. Now, I will assess him and analyse him, and I will give you my opinion, because we both know big raps from Mike Chevello come easy.
We're going to stand analysis now. And to the strains of Bad Boys, making his way to centre ring from New Zealand, now training out of the Extreme Fighting Gym in Mulgrave under Kelly's safe, Steve Dale. Actually, I've made a mistake there, Hammer. It's Alex Tui's boy, Steve Dale from New South Wales. Simon Blade even. I'm completely all over the shop tonight. Simon Blade from New South Wales, trained by Alex Tui.
Keep going, mate, and you're not going to be the next big thing of commentary.
He's got the camouflage trunks on, I love it. Let's go across to the bugle, Perry Cale.
Welcome back, folks, to bout number 5 of the evening. 5 by 2-minute rounds, A1 rules. 84.5 kilogram weight division. Our referee in charge for this bout is Mr. Dave Hitchcock. Firstly, to my left in the blue corner, trained by John Sheeter from Team Ultimate Gymnasium. He is the current South Pacific Cruiserweight Champion. Last night at the weigh-in, he weighed in at 83.6 kilograms. Formerly from Hungary, now residing in Melbourne. Wearing a white shorts with orange flames. Ominous fight record, 6 fights, 6 wins, 6 by way of knockout. Please welcome the Terminator, Jason Tramsek. And to my right in the red corner, trained by Alex Tui from the Mundine Gymnasium. Last night he weighed in at 82.4 kilograms. He's wearing camouflage shorts and has a fight record of 11 fights, 6 wins, 1 by way of knockout. Please give a warm Melbourne welcome to the Redfern bad boy, Simon Blade.
Okay, third man in centering, the living legend, Uncle Dave Hedgecock, calls them both in. A huge, towering Simon Blade to take on Jason Tramsek.
Good clean fight. Listen to what I say. Want a break? Good clean break. No holding, no hitting. And if one person gets knocked down, the other person must go to their first neutral corner. This is what I call. Let's go.
We've commentated a couple of Simon Blade's fights up in Sydney. He's a tough customer who always comes to fight, but I just feel here that the 18-year-old Jason Tramsek's going to outpower him and outclass him. I must tell you, Stan, keep an eye on this kid. He is something.
I like what I see so far, even in the corner, the way he stands, the way he's composed, the way he's focused, the way he looks. I like so far what I see.
And of course in his corner, Josh Sheeder, and his old man, his father, Grizzly, big Carl Tramsek, doing a great job. And meanwhile, Alex Toohey in the corner of Blade, Simon Blade.
Well, the thing is, Michael Tramsek's not going to be phased by fighting a big man because, of course, one of his sparring partners is Godzilla, Chrisopoulides. So size does not worry Jason Tramsek.
Oh, nice.
Fourth right hand, smack bang on the schnoggin there of Simon Blade in the camouflage. Tramsek in the white with flames. And the lime shin and insteps, ankle protectors. Blade moves forward. Tramsek just evades the kick. Fourth right hand again, clips him over the top, trying to loop the real leg around the back of the neck.
Don't hold, stop, break.
Technically very gifted all round,
Stop,
Tramsek. The hands and the legs. As we said, an amateur champion, Victorian and Australian boxing champion, and only 18 years of age.
It's amazing.
He is.
It really is.
A real specimen to keep an eye on.
He's fighting out of the womb. That's how long he's been fighting for, Jason Tramsek.
He's got the umbilical cord attached to him, Hammer.
He definitely looks like he's got more experience than the 6 fights that it shows.
Good leg check from Tramsek.
Don't hold, clean break.
Again, Dave Hedgecock just warning for the holding. High knee from Tramsek. Down he goes! Flipping left hook! And the Terminator's dropped him early. Simon Blade going down. Short left hook, side of the head.
Short left hook will certainly wake up Simon Blade.
Tramsek moves in. Nice front kick in the midsection, just picks him off. On top of that Crazy John's logo.
A very composed Jason Tramsek, experience well above his years. That is for sure, just moving nicely thus far.
Thought about the spinning back fisted. Tramsek covers up now. Good punching combinations there from Blade. Just not enough mustard behind them to phase Jason Tramsek. All tied up in the neutral corner. Uncle Dave separates them.
Well, Dave Hedgecock, he couldn't get a better referee in centre ring.
Don't hold.
Final seconds of this first round. It's been a good one for Tramsek. Look at the speed on him. Speed of the handstand. Simon Blade's gone down for a second time, and he's going to struggle to get to his feet with this one.
Well, he's certainly not looking to be up to the job, Simon Blade.
Well, he may have the camouflage trunks on, but he can't hide from Jason Tramsek. Into the first round, lock it away for the young Terminator, Stan.
There's no doubt about that. That's a round for him. I mean, what impresses me the most is that when he throws combinations, he throws them so effortlessly. There's like, he doesn't try to throw with power. He just executes so crisp, sharp, and it doesn't look like he's putting a lot of effort behind it, but that's the wonderful thing about how he stays composed, and it doesn't look like he's trying to punch himself out of a paper bag.
But what's the old adage, Stan? A knockout will never come when you're looking for it. It comes in a combination, and that is exactly what Tramsek's executing right now. Hands and feet, he brings the knees up, just flashing hands and legs, and makes it look, as Stan said, effortless.
He oozes confidence too. You can see he's just full of confidence in the ring, the way he moves around. He looks graceful the way he moves around. You can tell him by his footwork, you know. He's never crossing his legs. He's staying very composed. He moves well. For a guy of 18 years of age, I think he's got a big, big future.
Well, Alex Toohey in the corner there of Simon Blade. You couldn't get more experience there as well.
Stan, who officially is Australia's first world champion? Was it you or Alex Toohey?
Actually, you know, the funny thing is that the night that he won the fight, his world title was the same night we both fought.
Oh, really?
I actually won the world title about a year earlier, if you remember, with Anthony Elmore, but I vacated it, and we were going to have a rematch, but it never occurred.
So great to see another legend here. Alex Toohey in the corner of Simon Blade. Tramsek with that whipping right hand of his. Blade a little tentative now.
Don't hold the rope.
He's tasted Tramsek's power in the opening round, twice being dropped. And here comes the Terminator again. Sticks out the front kick off the lead leg. Just evades the round kick. Rib kick from Tramsek. Step up knee. And again, Simon Blade taking these unanswered blows. Just looks at Tramsek, however.
He dropped his hands at the bring it on.
What was that from Simon Blade? You don't invite Jason Tramsek in like that.
Well, maybe Simon's trying to say, you know what, you're landing shots, but you don't hit too hard, fella.
And again, Blade calling him on. Tramsek will be baited into Blade's mind games here. Rib shot from Blade.
He really doesn't have anything though, Blade.
It's all right to taunt him, Hammer. I was about to say, but he's not throwing anything
back. He doesn't
back.
have anything.
Don't hit that's a low punch. Pick up.
Front kick from Tramsek.
Watch your heads.
It's going to be interesting to see how Tramsek actually handles that, because sometimes young fighters, they get frustrated. To see, it'd be interesting to see how he stays composed and controlled aggression is what we're talking about here.
I think he's been there before though, Stan. He's fought, as we said, a number of opponents, either been amateur boxing and also all facets of kickboxing thus far.
Nice round kick, looping the shin around the back neck.
Oh, nice knee.
The big kibosh from Tramsek, smack bang on the kisser. Simon Blade be doing a quick count of his teeth after that one. And Tramsek.
Jason, you're right, let's go.
Turning heel kick from Jason Tramsek. Simon Blade taking more shots for the camera. It's all over. It's good night, Irene. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Tramsek, how do you do?
Well, there he goes. He gets hoisted up. Does the lap of honour around the ring. Kisses the bicep.
That looks like his father and his brother holding up there. Is that his father there, by the way?
That's his father, Carl, and Josh Sheeter, Johnny Sheeter's son.
It's a family affair, let me tell you.
Well,
he's cool too. I like his kid. He's charismatic, and that's what we need.
That kid's got class, Hammer.
Well, he certainly put it together well, and he makes it look oh so easy. There's a man that was defeated, Simon Blade, put up a brave showing, taunted him, but they couldn't back it up. And it was the systematic chopping down of Jason Tramsek that just finished the night early for Simon Blade. Again, Tramsek's back on the job, landing shots, making him look easy, but it was the knees that did the damage. Great flexibility, great knee strikes from Jason Tramsek, and he just battered Simon Blade into submission.
What's the name?
Whichever one. Come here, what's the fucking sponsor's name?
Superior Windows?
Superior Windows.
Yeah.
Just...
Say so.
Okay, please.
Thank you all sponsors. Combat Centre, George from Combat Centre here in the United States. What's his name?
Finest to center stage, please. Nick will grab a couple of words from our sponsor first.
Have you enjoyed the fight tonight, Noel?
Absolutely fantastic.
Thanks for being a sponsor. You've been a sponsor on board for quite some time now, haven't you?
Absolutely. Some years now. And will be for a lot longer.
Did you enjoy the fights tonight?
It's been excellent.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for being here. Hand that over to our winner in a second.
Thank you, Nicky. Dave, if we can grab both fighters to center stage, please. Just for the official one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, 1 minute 57 seconds into the second round, the Terminator, Jason!
I'm telling you, folks, this is the kid to keep an eye on, Jason Tramsek, and he made it look so easy in only 2 rounds.
Jason will quickly grab a couple of words. Now, Jason, we've known you for a couple of years. You are an impact player. 7 fights, 7 wins, 7 by way of knockout. I'm sure all these people want to know, where are they going to see you next?
I don't know where I'm going to be next. But wherever it is, I'll be doing exactly the same thing, knocking people out. 7 fights now, 7 knockouts. I'm not about to spoil my record.
Now, you're the current South Pacific Cruiserweight champion. Where are all the people who are here to see you? Over there, or whereabouts are they?
I got people over there, people up in the box. I think there's people everywhere, so thanks everyone for coming. Thanks all the fans. Just like to thank a few sponsors. Shine Hand Car Wash up there. Superior Window Decor. Black and Blue for all my clothes. and gun capital. Thanks.
Okay, we're going to see on the 19th of November at the Chelsea Heights Hotel, on the 25th of November, Rumble in the Jungle 3. We may see you there. That's at the Wyndham Event Centre.
Yep, definitely.
Okay then, the Terminator, Jason Tramsek.
Simon.
Big round of applause for Jason.
Simon.
Commiserations to Simon Blade, the bad boy from Sydney. He'll be back to fight another day.
I'd now like to welcome back our martial arts demonstration.
Something for your mind, your body, and your soul. Rhythmic movements in unison with others prolong an act of sensation with no limits or boundaries. Pleasures of the highest sense, feelings of warmth and security, willing and unwilling sensations of the mind. A condition, the ultimate seduction.
performance. What about a big round of applause for Tiffany and Chris? Very impressive. Tiffany, how long have you been training to fight for?
16 years now.
Wow, it's very... And what about you, Chris?
4 years.
4 years. And how old are you?
10.
10 years old. You're very scary. Do you enjoy what you do?
Yes.
Do you want to be fighting in the ring like these guys one day?
Yes.
In the Olympic ring, though. Well, congratulations. You both did a fantastic job. Very, very impressive. Big round of applause, guys.
Quickly before we go, Nick, where can we actually see you? Where are the gymnasiums? Where are the taekwondo?
We're located in Tullamarine, Halls Taekwondo, Brunswick, Heidelberg and Essendon.
Thank you very much.
And before you guys go off stage, we've got a representative from the Harsham brothers. Not sure of his name. What's your name? Shane, come up here. There's a plaque for you guys just to say thank you. Harsham brothers are one of our major sponsors for the next fight. Oh, Hussein. I'm sorry, Hussein. Here we go. There you go. It's for you, Chris. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.
Halls Taekwondo. Back soon. Straight into it, but sorry about that, Nicky. Okay, bout number 6, Steve the Diamond Dale taking on the Turkish wonder kicker, Baris Nezif.
And this fight is sponsored by the Harsham brothers.
Back, folks, to bout number 6 of the evening, 72 kilogram weight division, 5 by 2 minute rounds. A1 rules, no knees. Our referee in charge for this bout is the Raging Bull, Malcolm Buldar. Firstly, to my left in the blue corner, trained by Kelly C from the Extreme Fight Centre. Last night he weighed in at 70.5 kilograms. He is a former Queensland, New Zealand, South Pacific and Oceania WKBF amateur welterweight champion. Tonight he's wearing black shorts with white, yellow and red trim. From New Zealand, 3 fights, 2 wins, 2 by way of knockout. This is Steve the Diamond Dale. And to my right in the red corner, trained by Team Solak. Well, last night he weighed in at 71.5 kilograms. He's a former two-time world champion from Turkey and now residing in Melbourne. He's wearing all red shorts. He has an ominous fight record of 41 fights, 36 wins, 15 by way of knockout. Please welcome the Turkish wonder kicker, Baris Nezif.
Great ovation as always for former two-time world champion Baris Nezif.
I tell you what, he had me worried the way he came in the ring there and the way he was running around on those ropes, because you know he's a little accident prone sometimes. And I thought if he's not careful, we'll be stopping the fight before it starts.
Right out of here.
I like the tuxedo though. I was going to order a drink from him, Hammer.
Steve Dale, Steve Dale's a bit of a Robbie Williams lookalike, actually.
Yeah, he does actually.
And we are set for what should be an absolute cracker, folks. A1 rules no knees, 5-2 middleweight contest. Third man in sets are in the raging Malcolm Bulner, Jamal Hassan and Hashim Imran going to work on Baris Nezif in the red corner. Meanwhile, Kelly Safe, K1 former fighter Phil Fagan and Clay Oimatangi in the corner of Steve Dale. The voice Michael Chavello, Mark the Hammer Castanini and Stan the Man Longanides. Here we go, first of 5.
Well, the thing is here, will Diamond Dale start a little slow, a la Thai style, and will Baris take advantage of that, or are they going to pick it up from the get-go?
Last time out in Sydney at the Enmore Theatre, Baris Nezif on fire against Stan Bidikos of Greece. One of the best fights we've seen in the last couple of years from Nezif it was. And if he turns on that form here tonight, Steve Dale's going to be in a whole world of hurt. Digging body shots from Nezif, cracks away to the inside right thigh of Dale. Dale just getting out of dodge, a little bit of fancy footwork. And he trains at the Liga gym of Rumble Rexy and ETK over in New Zealand. So Rumble Rex Redden and Jason Suddy helping out Steve Dale over in NZ.
Keep walking. Of course, also at Wayne Pass Boonchu.
Cuts rock the legs. Steve Dale in trouble. He's been wobbled here in the first round, but somehow Dale the body shot drops him.
Nice.
The body shot drops him. Baris Nezif has opened up like a house on fire. Dale's not going to get up. He's not going to make the count. It's all over. It's good. First round knockout for Baris Nezif.
Well, punched the wind right out of him, did Baris Nezif. And as I said, Baris earlier looking very charged and pumped. They had big raps on Steve Dale, but unfortunately didn't live up to those expectations tonight. And Baris Nezif.
Dale's wins it, there's no doubt about that. Took the wind out of him, you can see. He's still struggling to...
Well, Baris Nezif back to his brutal best, Stan. Looking awesome, absolutely awesome. Baris Nezif, determined and focused and ready to do some destructive damage. And that is exactly what he did, Baris Nezif, tonight. Sensational work from him. And this is how he did it. Just set Steve Dale. Dale got
nice uppercut.
That was the uppercut that started the demise of Dale. And Nezif just didn't give him a chance to recover, kept on it. It was the ripping body shot that punched the air from his lungs and sent him sucking some canvas.
Nice.
There it is, again, beautifully timed uppercut. Measured, wrapped in the round kick, and just kept on the mission like a surgeon with great precision. Baris Nezif just working on the inside, and there was that left body rip that sent Steve Dale down and for the count and out.
Full credit to Baris there, because he had him hurt and he picked his shots carefully. He didn't go just wild and not give himself room. He picked his shots very carefully. He mixed it up high and low, and obviously digging for oil with that nice left rip to the body.
Digging for oil. I like that one. For oil. Stan comes up with one tonight. Digging for oil.
Isn't that an old one of yours?
Not one of mine.
No.
You can claim that one, Stan.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your winner by knockout, 1 minute and 5 seconds into the first round, Baris Nezif!
And there you have it, Baris Nezif does it. First round KO, and my word, the Turkish wonder kicker, folks, is back in town in a big way.
Well done. Thanks to Galanti and Hashim brothers.
Okay, Baris will grab a few words. Firstly, I want to say welcome back. We haven't seen you for a while. World champion. How do you prepare for someone like of this caliber? 1 minute and 5 seconds into the first round, you came with a point to prove this evening.
Yeah, you know, it's been going through personal things in my life. It's hard to stay in this sport. It's a very tough sport. It's hard to be a professional and, you know, work at the same time. But very dedicated. People say that, you know, I lost me touch, this and that. My critics, well, I won my last fight in Sydney pretty convincingly. Tonight, you know, I've got it in me. I just have to bring it out. And I'd like to thank the crowd for helping me bring it out.
Well done, Baris.
Now, I do want to actually say to you, I mean, a lot of people were, I mean, myself and Nicky got out of the way. We thought we were going to have a bit of WWF here, running the ropes and so forth. But you did come here determined with a point to prove. You said you did fight up in Sydney, and it is a start of a long road, but hopefully not too long of a road back to world title contention.
Yeah, mate, it is. It is a long road. I'm not 20 no more. I'm 30 now, so doesn't get any easier. But yeah, hopefully see what happens, mate. See what happens.
Now, you were saying that you had a point to prove. Is that why you went for the quick knockout, or you just saw the opening and saying that's it, or you wanted to give your hometown something to remember you by?
No, I wasn't looking for a quick knockout. I was looking for a harder fight, actually. But 5-2's a pretty short fight. I'm used to fighting much longer, so my strategy was to fight hard from the start to the end, and I guess it worked.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Turkish wonder kicker, Baris Nezif. Welcome back, folks. This is our semi-main event, bout number 7. Chris Godzilla Chrisopoulides taking on Maurice.
Someone I've looked up to for many years, the mean machine, Maurice Smith. But Chris Chrisopoulides is going to certainly take it right up to Maurice.
Years back.
Okay, let's go across to the Bugle and Nicky Whelan.
Brought to you by Red Dragon and Triple M.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is our semi-main event of the evening. Our referee in charge for this bout is Mr. Bryce Birtwhistle. 5 by 2 minute rounds, A1 rules, no knees, open weight division. Firstly, to my left in the blue corner, trained by John Cheetah from Team Ultimate Gymnasium. Standing at 6'4", and last night at the weigh-in, he weighed in at 114.3 kilograms. He's a current Victorian and South Pacific heavyweight champion from Greece, now residing in Melbourne. He was at the Battle of the Anzacs too, and a fight record of 35 fights, 26 wins, 2 draws, and 17 by way of knockout. Wearing black shorts with yellow trim, please give a warm Melbourne welcome to Godzilla, Chris Chrisopoulides. And to my right, trained by Dave Hitchcock from the Bob Jones Shogun Gymnasium, standing 6'3" and weighing 110.6 kilograms last night at the weigh-in. He is a former UFC 14 and 15 heavyweight champion, Battle K 3 and 4 champion, and former ISK and WKA heavyweight champion of the world, wearing red, white and blue shorts from Seattle, Washington, United States of America. Please welcome Maurice Smith.
Well, Maurice Smith, it is an honour and a privilege to be commentating him ringside. We are joined by the super promoter Tarek Solak, and Tarek, this is history in the making.
Yes, it is. It's great to have Maurice back in Australia fighting after so many years. The last time he was in Australia was in Sydney Entertainment Centre against Stan Longadinis, and what a fight that was. It went the distance, 12 rounds, and Maurice won on points. But the longest serving heavyweight champion of the world, Maurice, UFC world former champion of the world, Maurice Smith, against a younger Chris Chrisopoulides from Melbourne.
Here we go, round 1 of 5. Smith in the US Stars and Stripes, and Chrisopoulides in his trademark black and gold. Big tub-thumping leg kicks, expect those from Godzilla, and expect the slick movements from the 43-year-old veteran, the legend Maurice Smith. Outside thigh kicks from Chrisopoulides, just giving Smith a taste of his power early on here. Cracks away to the lead thigh. A very relaxed Maurice Smith hammer.
Well, Maurice is, as I predicted in the early part, it's going to be a fast-starting, hard-starting Chrisopoulides against the very methodical Maurice Smith. But the question is, has he still got it in the tank? Is he still going to be able to pull it out? And I think experience is always a dangerous weapon, and Maurice possesses a lot of experience, Tarek.
Yes, he does. You can just see the way he was looking for that low kick after he mucked around with him with a couple of nice jabs. He is looking for that opening, but Chris is trying not to give him a second of a chance. He's doing everything right here, Chris, by just smudging him, outpowering him, and just staying on him. Let's hope that Chris can stay the 5 rounds there with him, or maybe put an early stop to it.
How did this one come about, Tarek? How did you put this fight together? It's unbelievable that you got Maurice back in the ring. How did it happen?
My name is Tarek Solak. I can do anything I want.
This is true. Chrisopoulides pulling the head down, not permitted under these modified rules here. Johnny Shooter screaming for Chrisopoulides to throw the uppercut. Big Chris hasn't felt one of Maurice's leg kicks yet, Hammer.
Well, Maurice has been very tentative in the opening. He's having a bit of a look at Chrisopoulides.
Real feeling out process here for Maurice Smith. Chrisopoulides has unloaded some huge leg kicks to the lead thigh as we expected. And again, teeing off just above the left knee. Jab from Maurice, uppercut. 9 years a world WKA heavyweight champion, Maurice Smith. 3 times UFC heavyweight champion. He's done it all, and tonight he makes his A1 debut.
Maurice is hoping that if he does well here today, he can travel with me to Germany or Turkey or Dubai or anywhere else that I am going. And I did promise him that if he does pull up well here tonight, he will be doing some traveling with us. And you know, what better will be to see maybe Maurice fight Bob Sapp next year in Melbourne? Or what better will be to see a rematch with Stan the Man and Maurice Smith? Or even maybe possible Maurice Smith versus Sam Greco, or Maurice Smith versus Mark Hunt. Or, I got the Japs talking to me at the moment, how about putting Mirko Filipovic back in Australia? And I said, look, if Maurice does well, I'll put Maurice against Filipovic. So that's a fight that we're talking about with Pride at the moment. As you all know, I'm trying to do a Pride show in Australia because Pride has been talking to me for the last 1 year. Please, Mr. Solak, can we run one show where we can go live to Japan on Fuji Television? I'm considering it. If the numbers add up, we will be doing that show next year.
Okay, folks, you heard it first. Super promoter Tarek Solak. And this fight brought to us by Red Dragon Energy Drink, major sponsor of our semi-main event. First round going the way, 10-9 of Chrisopoulides, Tarek, as we kick off round 2.
And also Triple M from Australia. Red Dragon is an overseas company that sells all around the world, and soon they'll be in Australia. It's an energy drink, but Triple M in Australia is also the other sponsor on this fight.
Maurice just wore a flush left hook to the jaw there, Hammer.
Well, I tell you what, Chris Chrisopoulides is right on the money tonight. He's looking very composed. He hasn't come out swinging as wild as I thought. He's very methodical in his attacks. He knows Maurice is dangerous and at any time can pull out a shot that is going to stun him. So he's very, very careful in his attacks.
Just sweeping out the left leg there of Maurice Smith. We haven't seen Maurice get out of first gear here yet.
Well, it's going to be a matter of, you know, as Maurice got it in the tank as the rounds progress, but Chris Chrisopoulides just giving Maurice no chance to settle at all.
Jab 2 there from Smith. They tie up against the ropes right in front of our commentary position. And Bryce Birtwhistle separates them.
Isn't it funny how we're all waiting for some miracle that Maurice pull out, like the big super fighter that he was? He's going to do this or he's going to do that. But you know, like, let's face it, the boys in Australia are starting to improve, and they're starting to be a lot better fighter than what they were 5-10 years ago. So maybe we might not see Maurice pulling some tricks out here, and Chris might just finish on top. But maybe we might see it. This is why fight game is so interesting, because we don't know what's going to be next.
I tell you what, I think those leg kicks have got to be troubling Maurice, because he's a little bit tender on the rear leg after Chrisopoulides cracked him just above the right knee.
Well, he's just had no time for conditioning. That's the thing. I'm taking this fight. A big heart from a big warrior.
Oh, straight right hand.
He's stunned him.
Chris is hurt. Chrisopoulides smiles at him with a straight right hand from Maurice Smith, and suddenly in center ring, the tide has turned. Bryce is separating them, and that was the telling blow of the fight so far for Maurice. Straight right hand through the defenses of Chrisopoulides, and Maurice's first real shot of power here, Tarek.
Yes, I think he did hurt Chris there, and if Chris is not careful, we can see an upset here on Chris's behalf, because Maurice did follow up with 2 great uppercuts after that straight right hand.
Well, I tell you what, definitely the first round goes to Chrisopoulides. The second round was pretty close.
I'd also go Chris.
I won't lean that way. I'm thinking it was a good combo and was close.
I think because of that damage that Maurice done to Chris, I seem to favour him on that second round, or maybe a good draw.
Yeah, I'll go the second round as a draw. First round definitely to Chrisopoulides. So you see Chrisopoulides just going chopping down those legs. I tell you what, you get hit with a Chrisopoulides leg kick, and you might as well get hit by a car because it's got the same amount of impact. It is absolutely awesome with those big legs of his. But Maurice landed that sneaky right hand that just stunned Chrisopoulides momentarily, and then he was back on the game, landing some good shots. Was the legend Maurice Smith, but Chrisopoulides wore him well.
Okay, we are ready to rock and roll. Third round of action. The voice, Michael Chavello, Mark the Hammer Castanini, and we're joined by the super promoter, Tarek Solak. I've got Chris ahead 2-0. The Hammer and Tarek giving the last round a draw, or maybe in slightly favour of Mo. And Mo's come on. Double uppercut. Maurice Smith comes out smoking in the third round. And Chrisopoulides goes back to what he knows best, those leg kicks to the outside of either thigh. There's one to the inside left thigh and another. Looks like Maurice wants to grapple him and take him the canvas hammer, UFC style.
I think Maurice is a little bit hurt on his left knee. He's copped a few bad leg kicks on that leg.
There's another
one.
Good front kick from Maurice, nicely timed. Dave Hedgecock shouting instructions from the red corner.
Well, you couldn't get a better man in your corner than Dave Hedgecock, and he's certainly putting all his skills and knowledge behind Maurice Smith here.
Front kick from Maurice. Very side on in his stance, maybe trying to protect that rear leg. The right leg that I said was a little tender earlier on. And Brycey separates them, Tarek.
Yes, he does, and I tell you what, Maurice doesn't want to get kicked on those legs, and Chris doesn't want to get hit with those uppercuts.
The right hand was there for Maurice. Saw it a little bit too late.
This is where you can see that the 2 years not fighting and being 43 years of age, he misses out on those perfect opportunities where probably if he had 3 or 4 straight fights, you would think that Maurice would not miss those chances.
And you can sort of see the look on his face, can't you? He knows the opportunity is there, but just a little bit too slow to react to it. And as Tarek said, some ring rust, and at 43 years of age, well, Maurice's best days are far behind him, but still giving a great effort here in centre ring against a rampaging Chrisopoulides.
Well, you know, to see Maurice in his heyday fighting in centre ring was really poetry in motion when it comes to the fight game. He was an absolute technician that was renowned the world over.
Well, I'll tell you what, on the interviews this week in The Age and the Herald Sun and on Triple M the other day, referring to him as the Muhammad Ali of kickboxing is surely the most apt description of all, Tarek.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. You can see that he has got everything there, but he's just a little bit slow on delivering them. And I can understand this because it's his first fight comeback. If he does well out of this one, doesn't get injured and wants another shot, I will definitely give him another shot somewhere else. Of course, having saying that, that doesn't mean that Chris doesn't get a shot. Chris is welcome to fight on all my shows whenever he wants to. He's also a great athlete. He's got a draw with Musashi, which has been the runner-up at K1 World Grand Prix for the last 2 years. So that tells you a lot about Chris too. He is out there with the big boys. He's definitely one of the great heavyweights in the world at the moment.
Well, he'll never back down from a challenge, big Chrisopoulides, and tonight is one of those big challenges that yet again he's faced up for. But Mo going with the rapid-fire uppercuts, and yes, sometimes when age catches up, the shots that you see you can't execute, and I think that's a classic example of that tonight.
Johnny Skidder telling Chris a few tricks there, of course. He's trying to keep him psyched up and make sure that he fights on strong the last couple of rounds that's remaining.
Okay, here we go. Round 4 of 5. And again, Maurice opening up strongly.
Oh, big right hand again on the chin.
There's a good leg kick there from Maurice. One of the few he's thrown in the fight. Starting off as a southpaw, now switching back to orthodox. Trying to protect that left leg of his. Chris cracks away to the hamstring area on the right leg. Trade of jabs. Chrisopoulides not giving an inch to Maurice Smith to take a breather. Uppercut from Maurice, off the left and the right. Good outside thigh kick.
Right hand.
Straight right hand.
He's got him.
And that was a flash of the Maurice Smith ball.
Referee shouldn't have stopped that there. Referee should not have stopped that. That was his best chance, I reckon.
It was a flush right hand.
That was his best chance.
Wow, a glimpse of the legend of Maurice Smith there.
Good on. Congratulate. I would like to congratulate Chris there for coming out of that big right crosses and right uppercuts and left hooks from Maurice, because I tell you what, it wasn't. I reckon he was pretty hurt there.
Well, you know, Chris Chrisopoulides is taking the bigger shots from the best, Tarek. Jason Suddy, he's fought them all. Paul Slawinski's fought them all, and he's taken all the big shots, and he's got a heart as big as the man himself.
Leg check there off the rear leg from Maurice. Chrisopoulides goes downstairs. Maurice checks the kick again. They've got to be taking their toll on Maurice Smith.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, Chrisopoulides coming on strongly now after Mo controlled the early start to this round. Body shots from Maurice, just not enough pepper in the tank there. Inside leg kick, body shot, just trying to keep the scoring continued here on Big Chris. Maurice takes in the air. Wild right hand up the centre corridor. Didn't come off on that occasion. The second one did. Backs Chris in front of our commentary position now. And Bryce separates both men. This has been a good round for Mo, Tarek.
It's an excellent round, and I tell you what, I think this fight is going to boil down to the last round. Whoever comes out, winning that last round convincingly should win this fight. Or if we see a knockout, let's not forget that we're watching two big heavyweights that can finish the action at any second.
Well, that's what you said in the opening of the show. You said at the big heavyweights, it's always a shot into Tarek, and that's definitely the case for this one. As they're getting tired, not only are they maybe losing a little bit of power, but also they're open for the bigger shots as well. And it's with the super heavyweights, there's always only one shot in it. Once again, having a look at Maurice, just measuring and chopping, giving Chrisopoulides a little bit of his own back with the big leg kicks. They're slinging those big legs of theirs, but Maurice measuring with the right hand, missing on that occasion, but he landed one earlier in that round. Short right getting through the guard of Chrisopoulides there, and some big shots exchanged in that round.
Okay, we are ready to get it on, the fifth and final round. History in the making. The legend returns. Maurice Smith against the battling Chris Chrisopoulides. Here we go. Fifth and final. This crowd rallying behind two fantastic fighters. Inside thigh kick from Mo. Pops out the jab. Short right hand. And Chrisopoulides comes out all guns blazing. Johnny Sheeter telling Chris, you've got to get to work here in this round. Uppercut from Chris.
Well, I'll tell you what, from now 3 weeks preparation, Maurice Smith is doing a great job, but Chrisopoulides bringing it on very strongly indeed.
Big leg kick again from Chris. Nice slip of the right hand there from Maurice. Cranks the leg kick again, does Maurice. And Bryce separates from the neutral corner. Both men sucking in the air here. Maurice very side on, just protecting that right leg. Takes a clacker on the lead thigh. That's been Chris's prime weapon. He's got some of the hardest leg kicks you'll find in all of Oceania kickboxing, Chris Chrisopoulides.
And just doesn't he just load him up and step across with those big leg kicks, Chrisopoulides.
Youth worker by day, kickboxer by night. Chrisopoulides, body shots. Uppercut from Mo Smith. Inside thigh kick from Smith, then a short right hand to the left rib cage. Both men sucking in the air here, Tara.
Yes, and I think that both men do need to suck the air here right now, Michael.
Outside thigh kick from Big Chris. Comes forward again. Another cracking thigh kick. Short right hand from Maurice Smith. Uppercut from Maurice. That's better from Big Mo.
Tell you what, Tarek, with Maurice with a few more months of training and a little bit of conditioning on the legs, this could be a very dangerous contender.
Yes, he can, and I'll tell you what, on defense of both fighters, they've both been given 2 weeks on this fight notice. So Chris came from a holiday in Europe, and Maurice just wasn't fighting for the last couple of years, so they both just put in 2 weeks of training for this one. So
well, there you go.
I'd like to congratulate both of them for doing 5 rounds without stopping, and for heavyweights to punch on this actively, this is great.
Well, you've unearthed some great talents tonight, definitely. Especially Baris Nezif back to his winning form. Yousef Eskanderi, what a fight he put up. And, of course, Ilhami, Ozden, Murat, Mehmet, all great fights tonight.
Okay, Tarek, thanks for joining us ringside. Let you hop into centre ring because we're about to hear the decision. Firstly, how do you think this one will go?
I think it's right in the middle, Michael. Have a good day. Thank you.
The diplomatic Tarek Solak. And this one here could go either way. Will it be Maurice Smith? Will it be Big Chris Hammer?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's not a lot in it, but Chris Chrisopoulides landing some solid leg kicks. Maurice Smith landing some nicely timed hand skills. As Tarek said, 2 weeks notice, both men, 2 to 3 weeks notice. Talking to Maurice earlier backstage, he said, you know, he's coming in the best that he can on limited time. Dave Hedgecock in his corner, the living legend, Dave Hedgecock, and of course Ray Giles, of course Steve Irvine in the corner of Maurice Smith. There's the ultimate team corner. They've all come in the battle for this one and taken it right down to the line. I'll tell you what, I'd almost give it a draw on my scorecard just out of respect to both men. But what an absolute war. Chris Chrisopoulides started certainly well ahead of the game, and Maurice slightly pegged him back. Maybe Chris just the nod.
Fantastic. If you'd like to take the trophy to present to our winner.
Okay, fighters to centre stage, please. Okay, before the decision, big round of applause for both fighters once again for a fantastic bout. All right, I will read out the judges' decision. Judge Mark Corrie, 48-48 draw. Judge Norman Liu, 48-47. Chrisopoulides. Judge Malcolm Bullner, 50-46. Your winner, the Godzilla, Chrisopoulides.
Well, there you have it. Big Chris Chrisopoulides has done it. Let's have a listen.
This fight, I swear on my heart and my family, it wasn't about winning or losing. It was about challenging myself to fight a legend in the sport. A real legend. I don't care if I won or lost. I had enough balls to jump in the ring today. That's all that mattered. Also, I'm going to ask one other little small favour. You might think I'm a bit of an idiot, but just since I got back from overseas, I've been following the life of a little baby called Alan. Sick little girl, she's about 18 months old. That's the little girl that's going to really fight for her life. Whatever I make tonight, I'm going to give a quarter to half of it to that little girl. That family doesn't know me. They're in St Albans, I've been following it on the news. Half of my earnings tonight are going to go to that girl. Please, if you watch out, if you read the papers and you see something about a little girl called Ilhami, little Greek girl, don't be shy. Donate something from your pocket, because this is only a sport. But that little poor girl is fighting for her life. She's 18 months old. It's actually quite sad just watching it. But thank you very much. God bless you all. Hopefully Tarek gives me a bonus as well. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Hang on, don't leave. I thought I was supposed to do the interview, Chris. Doesn't matter. Okay then. Firstly, we will speak to you, Maurice Smith. Now, Maurice, there was a lot of talk over the last couple of weeks, especially this week's in the press conference. It was 2 years out of retirement, but, geez, you put up a hell of a fight.
Well, let's put it this way. Chris did a higher work rate than me. He didn't hit me very hard with anything to the head, but he did do more punches and kicks than I did, so therefore he deserves the win. For the 2 years off for me, it was just a good start to see this about. But again, Chris did a great job. So, you know, some of you are pro-American, anti-whatever. This is not about it. This is about fighting for fighters. And Chris deserved the win, obviously. And if it had been differently, if it had been a win for me, I would have been happy with the work rate. So Chris deserves a fight, and we'll do it again.
Okay, we'll do the photo opportunity, then come here, Maurice, one more word. Now, one more question, sorry. Now, you mentioned before then, now he got you with a lot of kicks and, you know, he dropped you a few times. It didn't really count, but at the same time, he did put you on notice. But we did see towards the end of the third and fourth round, you were getting through his defense.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough. Like I said, he did more kicks to my punches. He did more, like I said, his work rate was a lot higher than mine. I might have had some harder punches or whatever, but the bottom line is, if you look at the fight, who was doing the more work rate, and it was all Chris. I'm not taking anything for myself that much, but I'm giving credit where credit's due, and he earned the win. He earned the win, and that's all there is to it.
Okay, final question. You've got a huge amount of fans as well, even me as well. I'm a huge UFC fan, and I've loved your work for the last 12, 15 years. Now, you mentioned before that you would give him a rematch. Could we possibly see a rematch right in this very ring?
Well, that'd be up to Tarek, okay? That's not up to me. I mean, I'll fight him anywhere we got to fight. But now we both have more time next time. So we did this on 3 weeks' notice, and 3 weeks we worked our asses off on both him and myself. But he worked a little. His work rate, like I said, is a lot harder than mine. I'm more of a marksman. He's more of a worker. So, like I said, all thing I got to do is work harder. I'm trying to be more like him in a way as far as the work rate. But he did a good job.
Okay, we'll just ask the audience, Vodafone Arena, would you like to see a rematch between these two? Okay, there is your answer. Always a gentleman and always a pleasure, Maurice Smith. Thank you. All right, Chris Godzilla Chrisopoulides.
Thank you, Perry. This action's back on stage. Can I please have a representative on stage from Villa Romana, UBI Nudo, Ayhan Cesar. A bit of the lights will help, Adam. Hashim Brothers, Vikland, Galanti Classic, Yildiz Pen, also Ultra Tune, Ultra Hair, Baris Stud, Kola Turka, Triple M, and of course, Crazy John. If I can please have a representative from each one of my sponsors. Very quickly, I'll just give out some plaques for them and we'll get on with the main event. So please make your way up here. Last but not least, Red Dragon, an energy drink that's sold all around the world and soon to be in Australia. Please don't be shy, come up here, sponsors. Okay, a representative from each and every sponsor to come up to receive your plaque, please. Can I have some light in the middle, please? Can I have some light in the ring? Come up, please. How are you? Okay, from Ultra Tune, thank you very much for your great and generous sponsorship throughout the years. Thank you very much.
Derek.
My pleasure. Baris Stud and Ultra Hair, thank you very much. Much appreciated, thank you. From Nudo, a new sponsor of ours, thank you very much, Mr. Mehmet. Thank you very much, Mr. Mehmet. And from Hashim Brothers, Mr. Junior Hussein, but son of Hashim Brothers, thank you very much. From Galanti Classic, you know, if you want class.
Dolce & Gabbana, corner of Little Collins and Russell Street.
There is advertisement on all our programs, if you read the program carefully, for each and every one of our sponsors. Thank you very much. Cavalli too. Paisan, come stai? Lavare d'andare, le mampari, franca cazzo, non mampari. Please, welcome. I speak every language here. Peter Harvey, Peter, thank you very much. You know, I've always been sponsored by your company, but this show, every time I put the radio on, there was something about us. I tell you what, I started to get sick of our ads. That's how much you supported us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
A pleasure.
Thank you very much. And thanks for attending. Mr. Neddy from Vickland, thank you for your great sponsorship. Thank you, Neddy. I hope to see you next time. From Yildiz Pen, another company from overseas, thank you very much for your great support. Do you speak English?
No English.
No English. Thanks for your support. Thank you. And that's for me. I thank you very much for that present. Oh, 2 presents. Okay, ladies, if you can help me. Thank you for that. Of course, the best Italian food on Lygon Street, Villa Romana. Now they're in Carlton, Cairns, and also China. And also the ice cream parlor is called Bellissimo. Thank you very much for your support. And a lovely lady from Crazy John's, our major sponsor on the night. Thank you very much for your support. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for supporting another Tarek Solak promotion, sorry, a Solak promotion. Next year, we will be back and we'll be hitting the world hard. Keep supporting us and we will try to do our best for you. Thank you.
Thanks, Tarek. Thank you to all our sponsors. Please welcome back for the last time this evening our dancers.
Please.
Folks, it's showtime! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is our main event of the evening. Between the #1 contender, the Super Turk, Murat, versus the champion, Iron Mike Zambidis.
This fight is sponsored
Whether you call him Zambo, you've got to call him pound for pound, the greatest kickboxer in the world. And Hammer is back in Melbourne town yet again.
Well, I tell you what, not since the days of Stand the Man Longinidis has the Greek community turned out to support any single fighter ever. And Mike Zambidis has certainly captured the hearts and the imagination of the Greek community, and of course, all serious fight fans. We love to see Zambo go at it in centre ring.
Well, have a listen to the adulation being showered upon Iron Mike Zambidis. He may be 5'0", but he has the highest KO ratio in the whole of the kickboxing world. And here he is, Zambo in centre ring. And let's go across now to our official introductions. From the Bugle, Perry Kale.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and No Respect 3. This is our main event of the evening, and it is for the A1 Super Welterweight Championship of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Vodafone Arena, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble!
Oh!
It's showtime! No Respect 3, this is our main event. 5 by 3 minute rounds, A1 rules. Our referee in charge for this bout is Mr. Dave Hitchcock. And once again, folks, it is for the A1 Super Welterweight Championship of the world. Firstly, to my right in the red corner, trained by Team Solak. He weighed in last night at 69.8 kilograms. He's the European Continental Champion and the current Turkish National Champion. He's wearing black shorts with red trim, and he is the #1 contender. 60 fights, 55 wins, 40 by way of knockout. Please welcome the Super Turk, Murat. And the champion in the blue corner, trained by Nezif Argyropoulos, weighing in at 70 kilos. He is a current king of the ring. He's the pride of Greece, wearing all black shorts. And he is the current A1 undisputed super welterweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Zambidis.
Have you ever heard an ovation like that here at the Vodafone Arena? We are ready for our main event. Third man in centering, the living legend, Uncle Dave Hitchcock. Let's listen in the stare down.
Spoke about in the rooms. Listen to what I call. I want a good clean fight. When I say break, I want you both to stop. You understand? Case for knockdown.
There is no love lost between the Super Turk, Murat, and Iron Mike Zambidis. Murat has the height and reach. Zambidis, as always, has the power. Both men have huge KO ratios. The voice, Michael Chavello. The hammer, Mark Castanini. We are joined by the man who discovered Iron Mike, who sent him global. Stan the Man Longinidis, and Stan, an early prediction. Turn your mic on, Stan, that's it.
This will definitely not go the distance, fellas. I predict that it will not go the distance. I really feel that Mike, after he's seen him fight the first time, it'll be different ball game right now.
Okay, here we go. The time for talk is over. The best kickboxer on the planet, Iron Mike Zambidis, the black with the Puma logo. And then the Super Turk, the #1 contender for the world strap. On the line here tonight, Murat in the all black with red.
Well, the black and blue shorts. Gary once again getting behind the fighters.
Crazy John and Cola Turka, our major sponsors
Red
for
Dragon,
this main event.
Drink. All the big sponsors right behind this one.
Zambidis just seeing what the Super Turk's got to offer. Last time out in Athens, what did the damage to Zambidis and broke his nose in the first 2 rounds was the uppercut of Murat. Zambidis has to be careful of that rear and lead hand uppercut stand.
I'm sure he's aware of that. There's no doubt about that. But you can see Mike's the sort of guy, he doesn't rush. He's patient. But anything can happen anytime, so we're going to watch carefully.
The chance of Turkey trying to drown out the almost soccer-style chance of the massive Greek contingent that's here tonight. You can bet that along Latrobe Street and Lonsdale Street it's empty because they're all here at Vodafone Arena tonight.
Well, Dave Hedgecock, the third man in centre ring, and of course all fights tonight, if it's a controversial decision or it goes close, they can go to the video replay. The judges, Mark Corrie, Bryce Birtwhistle and Malcolm Bullner, so if it turns into a bit of a boxing stoush, well, Malcolm Bullner will go the way of the boxer. And,
you have to say here, Hammer, a much slower start than we've seen in recent fights from Zambidis.
Well, he's just pacing himself, Michael. We've seen Zambidis go 12 rounds before knocking out Gurkan Ozkan and, of course, Baris Nezif. So he is a very patient and methodical fighter, is Zambidis. But Murat, have a look at him. He's showing no respect. He's walking forward.
Well, Murat only had 1 week's notice last time he fought Zambidis. And now he's had a full 2 months to prepare for Zambo. Oh, a high knee from Murat. Zambidis didn't see that one. There is knees.
The overhand right also from Murat landing on Zambidis on that little exchange. But the Turkish fighter is really taking it up to Zambo.
No, he's composed so far. He's doing well, but Mike has not cut loose yet. Nice.
Will we see they take the leash off Mike Zambidis? Flying knee, first one of the fight. The one that he knocked out the headhunter with last time in this ring.
He needs to do the double chamber with it. Chamber and switch up with the knee rather than just throw it up.
And Tarek Solak has brought us another great main event for No Respect 3. Inside thigh kick from Zambo. Just drifts off to his left. Overhand right body shot from Zambo. Nice combination from the little pocket rocket from Athens. This crowd on the edge of their seats. It can cut the atmosphere in here with an electric chainsaw. Uppercut, short right hand from Murat. Neither found the target as we tick into the final seconds. There it is, end of round 1. We go to the towels, Mark.
Well, a very even first round, I'd say. Zambo landed some good shots. Murat aggressive in his forward movement. Not a real big advantage to either fighter, I'd say, after the end of the first stand.
Pretty close round. Look, I don't think anyone did enough to actually take the round, but could go either way. It depends how the judges officially see it. But as far as I'm concerned, you said it, Murat pretty composed, pretty relaxed, not intimidated by Mike at all. But having said that, in my opinion, Mike has not really cut loose yet. He hasn't cut loose. He's only picking his shots. I think you'll notice it when he starts ripping into that body and landing some good, strong combinations. We'll notice it when he picks up the pace.
Well, once again, we have a look at Zambidis just walking backwards. The overhand right, one of his most dangerous weapons, Zambidis. There's a jumping knee. I'd like to see a switch chamber on that knee, so it brings up a lot more power.
Okay, we are ready to roll. Final instructions from Nasser Angaropoulos in the corner of Mike Zambidis. The voice, Michael Chavello. Mark the Hammer Castanini. Stan the Man Longanides. Murat Zambidis. Main event here. And the first round, a hard one to call. A real feeling out process between these two titans. Inside thigh kicks from Murat, the Super Turk. Who will give up control of centering? Nice body shot. Just rips away to the right rib cage.
Mike's opening up now, Michael. He's starting to open up.
Well, Zambidis, he wants to start to lay those power shots on Murat. Murat coming off a win over Shannon Forrester last time out. There's the power-laden right hand of Zambo.
Oh, Mike's picking his shots now, fellas. Let me tell you, he's measuring with the left hand. He's digging in deep and he's ripping that body. You know he mixes it up well, but I can see now just from the expression on his face, he's starting to really open up.
Murat not throwing anything here, Hammer.
Well, it's only a 5-rounder, Michael, and of course Zambidis has fought 12-rounders, but he's also fought K1, Super League. As he fought Super League, he's fought all reigns, and then of course A1. So with a 5-rounder, you've got to get on your bike a little bit early, and he's got to start to bring the work rate up.
Don't hold, don't hold.
Uppercut from Murat. He knows it worked for him in Athens last time. Beautiful uppercut from Zambidis. Anything you can do, I can do just as well, he says. Digs away to the red rib cage.
He's picking up the pace, Michael.
Here comes Zambo.
They're still firing off the back foot, though. Zambidis. He hasn't really dug in and rolled the hip yet, Zambidis. He still hasn't developed his full potential power, Michael.
You get the feeling he's like a ticking time bomb just waiting to explode here in centre ring. Zambo circling off anti-clockwise. Murat trying to find the target. High knee under the jaw, using his height to good advantage. Ooh, just upends him on top of that red dragon energy drink logo. Final seconds of this round. Murat stuck in an uppercut, but Zambidis 2 rips to the right rib cage. Overhand right from Zambo.
It's not really kicking as much as we're used to seeing those stands, Zambidis.
Ooh, wild right hand Zambidis. Step up knee, overhand right. Nicely done by Zambo. Step up knee from Murat. Step up knee again from Murat. Needs to work the uppercut more. Oh, and Mike must have heard me. Works an uppercut of his own off the lead hand. Then digs down to the body. This is great stuff from Zambidis. Controlling the fight. Dictating the pace. Murat's really got to get on his bike and start working here.
Don't hold, break. Step back. Don't hold. Fight on.
Murat taking more hits than IronMikeZambidis.com, Zambo's new website where you can monitor all his action on Tarak Solak's mighty promotions around the world. Good uppercut there from Zambo.
Well, Murat has to watch standing. He's ducking his head. When Zambo throws the body shots, he bends and brings his head down. If Zambidis picks that, he can ping him with a knee.
Oh, there's the right hand from Zambo. And Murat just walks through it. Final seconds now. Step up side kick from Murat. Still got a bit of pep in him. Overhand right Zambo, the short left. And there it is, into the second round stand.
Well, definitely.
Clearly a Mike Zambidis round, in my opinion. There's no doubt about that. You know, Mark, the thing is here that Murat, he even comes forward in a straight line. So he's walking straight into Mike. We're not going to understand what Jamal's saying.
We can guess though, can't we, Stan?
Well,
the first words were in English and they were wake up.
If I could translate that, what I'm hoping he's saying is you're standing in front of him. Even when you go to him, you go in a straight line. So it's not hard for Mike to find him.
Well, he's got to be up on his bike and a lot more mobile, this Murat, but nevertheless, you've got to give it to him for just showing a lot of heart and forward movement. Zambidis landed some good shots on him, but the Turkish fighter Murat has not really been too phased, I don't feel, thus far, but he's not doing enough to even bother Mike Zambidis, however.
Look, we're going into the third round now, fellas, and it's starting to develop a trend now where Mike's starting to get comfortable and look like he's definitely pacing now and dictating the fight.
Well, you feel that Murat really has to pull something out now to stop the momentum, as Stan was saying, of Mike Zambidis. Here we go, third round, jumping knee! Zambo getting airborne. Front kick from Murat. Body shot. Have a look at that. Hammer, this one word, champagne!
Technique from Zambidis.
Oh, snaking left hand from Murat. Nicely done. No doubt he is behind on the judges' scorecards, Murat, but still got a lot of sting in his tail, the Super Turk. Double jab, clash of leg kicks. Zambidis trying to measure him in for that good night Irene straight right hand. There's the right, the body shot, the clipping left hook. Uppercut from Zambidis. Body shot again. Oh, wild right hand, twist of the neck 90 degrees. Step up knee from Zambo. Killing round 3. Uppercut from
nice uppercut again.
I'll tell you something, Michael. I don't reckon Zambidis is really unloaded yet.
No,
I still reckon he's got some in reserve, Stan. Am I right?
Well, you can see he's almost picking. It looks like he's pulling his shots. Not necessarily to insult Murat by pulling the shots, but I don't think he's cutting loose yet. Like you said, Mark, I think he's going to let go with rush combination. Look at that. He's mixing it up nicely.
Just technique at this stage.
I've got the feeling that Mike Zambidis is doing a bit of a Baris Nezif here on Murat. He may try and wait until the final round and knock him out. Uppercut there from Zambidis. Jab 2, leg kick. Zambidis really finding his rhythm now.
Well, Zambidis is just showing he can play the point game or he can play the KO game, but at this point he hasn't really unloaded. Kara Murat is also showing a lot of heart by just coming forward and bringing it on with Zambidis. Murat is not taking a backward step.
He's not taking a backward leg. He's not, and not only that, he's not deterred with the shots he's taken, and so we've got to give him credit for that.
He's not showing. He's living up to the name of the event. No respect. He's walking forward and showing Zambidis no respect at all, bringing it forward, but probably not being able to match it in the power department.
Right hand Zambidis just turns it around. Straight right hand Murat. The uppercut was a little bit too wild. The crowd cheers now for Kara Murat, trying to spur on the Super Turk. And the Greek contingent rally for Iron Mike Zambidis. Oh, the left hand is wobbled him! He's wobbled him! Murat's doing the chicken dance! Here comes Zambo! Stop. Here comes Zambo! Standing count from Uncle Dave Hedgecott! And Kara Murat was doing the chicken dance!
Well, he was in a lot of trouble. I tell you what, I reckon Zambidis almost let Murat off there a little bit. He went to the body, could have gone straight back to the head.
Oh, body shot, right hand, here comes Zambo. Murat taking more knocks to the front door. There it is. Mike Zambidis, complete ownership.
Systematic, tradesman-like effort from Zambidis.
Pad
rushing
work,
nothing.
gentlemen, pad work. It looks like he's doing pad work.
I don't know.
Stan, join us. There's only one word for it. Champagne.
Champagne.
Dom Perignon in the ring is blowing.
But I got to tell you, a lot of credit to Murat, because I tell you, he hasn't looked like his face at all.
Exactly.
I mean, he's taking some shots. He was definitely hurt, but he didn't cringe. I mean, he wears it like a man if I've ever seen one.
Well, certainly he's taken a lot of punishment, and Zambidis nailed him with that shot, with that hook. It did wobble Murat, and he actually let him off a little, I feel, Stan. He didn't go back to the head again. I would have liked to have seen Zambo go back upstairs, but instead he went chopping to the body, and he's just showing his array of skills, Zambidis, like a surgeon in an operation. He is just systematically going to work like Zambidis. Kara Murat in the corner there with Jamal Hassan, giving him.
Jamal Hassan's going to burst the blood vessel, Hammer.
Jamal's going to put on the gloves himself in a minute.
Here we go.
Touch gloves.
Last round.
No, it's the fourth round. Fourth round of 5. And Zambidis dominating this fight. What is the Super Turk got? Jumping knee, right hand.
There's the chamber. He just had to bring it up the middle, Zambidis. He chambered the double knee. That's what I was calling for earlier. Here he goes. He's starting to unleash a bit now, Zambidis.
Oh, Zambidis all over him like a Greek on a Saganaki here in centre. High knee.
Nice combinations.
Zambidis, confidence oozing. Wild whipping left hook from Zambo. Jabs from Murat. Oh, there's the uppercut. Nicely done. Front kick from Murat.
Watch the heads. Don't hold. Watch that. Don't hold, Mike.
Uppercut, short left hook from Murat. Nicely done. A little bit of swelling around Mike's right eye, but nothing too serious. And here come those soccer chants again from the Greeks.
Watch the heads, both fighters.
Inside thigh kick from Zambidis. Short left hook from Zambo. Trying to get it over the right glove of Kara Murat.
Well, Kara Murat is still walking forward. They're still showing a lot of heart, and they're really making Zambidis work for this. Zambidis, just have a look at the power, the raw aggression and power from Zambidis.
I tell you what, Stan, these are shots that would have dropped a lesser man, but Kara Murat is all heart.
There's no doubt about that. He can wear a shot, and he's one right heart, I tell you.
Have a look, a clean hook, and he walked through it. Overhand right from Zambo. Overhand right again and body shot. This is Mike Zambidis, folks, at his technical brilliance. Overhand right again, he whips it in. There's the uppercut, trying to take the nose across the face. Oh, the overhand right, USP wobble. The legs almost gave way.
That's the slip. That's the slip for that high knee.
Fight on.
The legs almost gave way on Kara Murat. Overhand right, left hook, overhand again from Zambidis. Then digs to the body. Upstairs, downstairs from Zambo. Overhand right again. Murat trying to back him up, but to no avail. Rips 2 shots into the right rib cage.
Don't hold, don't hold.
Don't hold. Too strong. Mike's just too strong at the moment.
Well, Zambidis, Dave Hedgecock right on it, looking for it to be a good, clean fight and within the A1 rules. Excellent job Dave Hedgecock always does in centre ring.
Ooh, nice outside thigh kick, then over the top of the snaking left hand. Overhand right from Zambo. Have a look at him. He is teeing off on Kara Murat like a golf course. Diesel piston, boom! Up the centre corridor. And again from Zambo. He is so powerful. It is uncanny how a man of 69 kilos and 5'0" can generate so much power. Nice front kick from Murat.
I'll tell you what though, Murat's dropping his hands dangerously low on the exchanges. He needs to keep those gloves plastered to the side of his head. Kara Murat is dropping him now down to shoulder height and he's leaving an opening there for Zambidis to take advantage of if he spots it. Having a look at the action of the fourth round, Zambidis rolling beautifully, the overhand right, the uppercut, precision accuracy from him. Kara Murat though got the guard up nice and high, and when he does drop the guard, that's what happens. He copped the right on the side of the head. Zambidis just methodical in his attacks. He's not doing anything silly because he knows Kara Murat is very dangerous and he does not want to give him any opening at all. Murat missing with the high knee, Zambidis trading good, powerful blows with Kara Murat, and this is such an even matchup, very close indeed. Zambidis, however, is ahead with some good precision fighting.
With who? Okay, here we go. Fifth and final round of action. The voice, Michael Chavello. Mark the Hammer Castanini. Stand the man Longinides with your inside. A Tarek Solak super promotion. No respect 3. Here we go. Final round. Inside thigh kick from Kara Murat, the super Turk.
Well, what a great show. A host of dignitaries and VIPs. Tamsin Lewis, the Olympian ringside.
Lord Mayor Jong So sitting behind us.
Everyone is on the edge of their seat, and what a great event it's been.
Uppercut from Murat, right hand from Zambidis. Zambo nods at him, says, yep, that was a good shot, son. Right hand again from Zambo, inside thigh kick. Trying to get Murat to drop his hands. Oh, there's a tagging that took. Could see the gob of saliva fly out of the mouth of Kara Murat. Overhand right from Zambo. Jab, inside thigh kick from Murat. Uppercut. Second one didn't connect for the super turn. Zambo rips to the right rib cage. They have gone toe-to-toe for 4 rounds so far. Step up knee from Kara Murat. Nice uppercut, inside thigh kick. Been around so far, Hammer.
Well, Murat now is starting to hold his gloves up higher. He was letting his gloves drop to his chest level in the previous round, but he switched on to keeping that glove up to guard against the big overhand right.
Will Zambidis get the knockout blow here that he so wants? Will Kara Murat continue the momentum here in the final round? Couple of body shots from Murat. Good rib kick. Turning back kick, but Murat negates it, Stan. This is a good round for the Turk.
Probably his best round so far.
The spinning back fist attempt from Kara Murat. Nice uppercut.
Ooh, tagging leg took there to Zambidis. Murat responds one of his own. Not enough to wobble Zambidis, however. Ooh, nice right hand from Kara Murat. Starting to find his range now, the Super Turk. He's edging forward, forcing Zambidis back. There's the uppercut from Kara Murat.
Don't hold, fight.
A good round here for Murat. A very good round for the Turk. Overhand right from Zambidis. They're rallying him. Oh! Right hand. Oh! The big kibosh.
He swallowed that.
Body rip. Uppercut from Zambidis.
I tell you what, Murat's hurt. He looks unstable on his feet.
Ooh, left hook from Zambo.
Zambo lands a big one now. Could be very telling, guys.
There's the Zambo Zambo's going for the big pound.
Murat still unstable.
There's the right hand again from Zambo. Here comes Iron Mike. Probes out the left hand. A fatigued Murat. And he kicks out the low kick.
Very good. Well, what an absolute cracker of a last round. The fifth and final round was certainly the best round of the fight. Murat bringing it right on and taking it right up to Zambidis. Zambidis landing a flush overhand right that Murat wore and stood up to. Surprisingly, he took some big shots, Murat, the Super Turk. But Mike Zambidis issued out some serious punishment here tonight, but couldn't put Murat away. It's going to go to the judges, and it's got to be all Mike Zambidis. But geez, you've got to really take your hat off to Murat for sure. Having a look at the fifth and final round, and it was toe-to-toe action all the way in the fifth. Murat did not take a step back, did not show any respect at all to Zambidis' power and skill, and made Zambidis work for this one all the way. He landed some good shots himself, Murat, but Zambidis zeroed in, got the scent of the final bell coming, and landed some plum shots on Murat. Jumping knee, nicely executed. Murat tried to throw one back, no power to it. That man, Murat, tonight certainly stole the show almost, but it's going to be the favourite son of Melbourne's Greeks that's going to get the ovation. And on my scorecard anyway, the decision, Michael.
I got to agree, Hammer. Zambo's going to get this one, I believe, but not unless Murat pulls off an absolute miracle. But my word, what an absolutely guts and intestinal fortitude effort from the Super Turk.
Well, it was a battle to end all battles, 5 rounds of non-stop action, with the Turkish fighter not taking a backward step and certainly doing himself proud. But Mike Zambidis, what always we expect from Zambidis, nothing but the best. Thank you, Stan, for joining us tonight. And we'll go to the decision, and we'll let you probably partake of some celebration, Stan the man. I think you're going to be down there.
Fighters to center stage, please. Before we go to the decision, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for a fantastic main event. Okay then, we will go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Mark Corrie, 50-44. Zambidis. Judge Bryce Birdwhistle, 50-42. Zambidis. 49-46. Zambidis. And still, super welterweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Zambidis.
Well, there you have it, folks. There was never a doubt about it, and that, quite simply, is why Mike Zambidis is pound for pound the best kickboxer on the planet.
Okay, Kara, if I can just get you for a second. Okay, we're going to get Tarek to translate there, and then we'll get a word from the world champion. Now, Kara, it was a fantastic fight. It pretty much exceeded all expectations of the rematch, and you gave everything and you left nothing behind. But as I said, it did appear at times, did hurt him, but just at that same time, Zambidis possibly had a little more.
Kendimi iyi hissediyorum. İyi birine karşı yenildim. Yeneceğime emindim. İnşallah bir dahakisinde şans olursa.
I feel great. I prepared very well for this fight. I hope the next time, whoever I'm fighting, I will be victorious, because I did come here to win tonight. But unfortunately, he beat me on points. Congratulations to him.
I would like to say one thing. you have nothing absolutely to be ashamed of. You gave everything that you had, and I'm sure all of these fans were very, very appreciative of what you gave in here in this very ring. And I'm sure there's a few people you'd love to speak to in Turkish, and you'd like to thank your Turkish fans who came all the way from here.
Herkese teşekkür ediyorum bana güvenip de buraya gelenlere, Türk halkına ve öbürlerine de. İnşallah bir daha görüşürüz. Herkese iyi günler bir dahaki sefer için.
I thank everyone very much, Turkish or non-Turkish, for coming here and supporting myself and the show. I hope next time I will be victorious, doesn't matter who I fight. Thank you. I'm sorry I disappointed you with the win, but I tried my best.
Ladies and gentlemen, Karam Murat, big round of applause. Okay, I'm going to give you to the World WKBF Champion. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Iron Mike Zambidis. Now, Mike, I'm going to leave the microphone to you. Any trouble with the English, I'll try my utmost with Greek, okay?
Hi, everybody. I would like to thank my supporters. No, it's okay. My supporters from Melbourne and all Australia. Και θέλω να ευχαριστήσω όλους εσάς, τους Έλληνες, Ελληνάρες. Σήμερα, μερικές φορές μάλλον, οι σωματικές δυνάμεις εγκαταλείπουν το σώμα. Τους μυς, τα κόκαλα που είμαστε φτιαγμένοι. Αλλά εκεί μας στηρίζει κάτι άλλο. Εδώ μέσα κυλάει ελληνικό αίμα. Και εδώ μέσα χτυπάει... Και εδώ μέσα χτυπάει ελληνική ψυχή. Είμαστε απόγονοι του Μεγάλου Αλεξάνδρου. Είμαστε πολεμιστές. Και σήμερα κερδίσαμε με αυτό. Ευχαριστώ που μου δώσατε τη δύναμη.
Okay, what Iron Mike Zambidis is saying, we have bones, but the blood that runs through my veins is blue and white, and I'm proud to be a Greek, and I did everything for you here tonight, and I love you all, and I'm proud to be future and former still world champion.
Well, there you have it, folks. Still the champion of the world, super welterweight Iron Mike Zambidis. From myself, the voice, Michael Chavello. My verbal sparring partner, Mark the Hammer Castanini. We thank you for joining us from the Vodafone Arena. It's good night.
We hope you enjoyed No Respect 3. Nicky, come on over here. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please drive safely. My name is Terry Cale. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Drive safely and have a good night, everybody. Let me get after party one more time. At the bottom line, Mike Zambidis, he should be there, he will be there. Bottom line, on street, big hand out of Charlotte.